Okay. Man, am I froze up? Am I froze up? Man, that's weird. Am I frozen up? Test, test, test. What's good, party people in the place to be? It's your main man, Uncle Freezie. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. We're going to do a slight game review and kick it for a little while. YouTubers, salute, salute, salute. Salute, salute, salute. Right? Salute, salute, salute. What's good, party people? Everybody out there in Knickslandia. Mets is in the building. Wiz is in the building. Let me get this camera. I'm trying to work on getting this camera right, man. It's like every time I move something always goes like awry every time I move some stuff around here. Let me move some stuff around here. Never get a dog. I'm kidding, of course. Dogs are wonderful. Let me see here. I'm trying to get this camera right. No, don't want. Or maybe. How about that? How about that? At least I'm close to the camera. Core Mega, the hip hop legend, is in the building. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast live stream. We're gonna rock for a little bit. Let me grab this right here. All right, so clearly I'm having a tech issue, but we're gonna rock anyway. Maybe I'll do it from my phone. I'm gonna do it from my phone. Them. I'll do that. Y'all be patient with me. I see my homeboys GLO Mavs are rocking. I see that We Talk Mavs are rocking also. T. Smith is in the building. T. Smith, what's good? I see the guys are going. All right. Let me turn this volume down before I get a copy right for myself. Hold on. Let me remove this too. Yeah, clearly have some things going on, but I got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. And so let me do this and then I'll get started. All right, there we go. Just give me a few seconds, though. Just give me a few seconds to rock the mic. All right. Why aren't my people up here on the screen? I need to have my people up here. I need to have my people on the screen. I need to have the chat up here. Right? All right. So shout out to my people watching and rocking and rolling. All right. So I watched this game tonight with the Knicks off and on. I watched it in passing. It was not one of the most impressive games to watch. Right? I wasn't glued to the TV set, so to speak. And I wasn't compelled to watch every second of this game because, for the most part, this game is what it is. Right? For the most part, this game was what it was. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights is in the building. Yo. Daniel Barry, what's good, boss? What's good, boss man? I'm not going to lie to you. As this game played itself out in front of my eyes, I noticed that this Pelicans team, that this Knicks team is very good. This Knicks team is very, very good. All right, let me do a couple of other things real quick. Let me send this to here. Right? There's always work to do, right? Always work to do. All right. So as I watched this game tonight, I was not overwhelmed by how good the Pelicans looked because for the most part they didn't really look all that impressive to me. Right? I did, however, see that this Knicks team, without three starters, three of their best players, can take a playoff team to the limit. Right? This team on their floor, desperate to win, beat our skeleton crew by 8 points. We should have lost only by 3 or 4. We got desperate late, tried to go on a run. They capitalized on it and pulled away. Whatever, things happen. Things happen. Right? Hotline Bling is in the building. What's good? How about them Brooklyn Nets? How about them Brooklyn Nets? So I watched. They made adjustments. They made runs. They were well coached. Mets, I see you backstage. Just be patient, bro. Mets is backstage. Like, hey man, I'm backstage. You doing all that talking? I want to get on so I can talk. Relax. relax, bro. We all right. Relax. But it's not just Mets with that. We get that often. So it's not just one person. It's everybody. Like, Uncle Freezie, hurry up and talk so I can say something about the front office or Tibbs or RJ Barrett can't shoot or Obi disappears all the time. Relax. We'll get to that part. That's the stuff we hear that every game, man. So everybody, just everybody backstage, just relax. Just give me a few minutes to recap on something. So this Knicks team looks a lot more impressive than what we give them credit for, right? There we go. This Knicks team is impressive. The depth is impressive. The coaching was impressive. The execution fell short. So what? Nobody wins all 82 games. And sports fans are twofold, maybe threefold. They either cheer for everything despite the outcome. No matter what the outcome is they cheer for it. No matter what the outcome is they don't care. They cheer for whatever happens. Right? Then there are the people that are neutral, bandwagon, fair weather fans. Right? If the team is doing good, they're celebrating. If the team is doing bad, they have something bad to say. Such is life. And then there are the fans that regardless what happened, they want to complain about everything. Secretly, they're begging for some sympathy, right? They're begging for some sympathetic thing, like the hand to come save them from their woe is me epoch of fandom. And you know, it is what it is. That's how they root. That's how they cheer. I don't judge. Right? But as we go forward, right, as we get past Sunday, what I'm gonna invite everyone to do is, regardless of how you cheer for this team going forward, I'm gonna suggest being in the moment. Right? Be in the moment. Regardless how you get your enjoyment, regardless how you cheer for your team, regardless how you cheer for these Knicks, be in the moment. Because the last thing a lot of people really want to hear is like people complaining about stuff like, oh my God, you remember back in November, RJ Barrett blew that layup and that's why the playoffs are like this. Or it's, oh my God, you remember RJ Barrett hit that game winner? We were so hyped. Blah, blah, blah. I got a lot of stuff that I want to get to. I'm going to put that stuff on hold for just a moment and try to bring in our guy if the system will cooperate. There it is. There it is.
Uncle Freezie.
Boss. How you doing?
Fine.
How was dinner?
It was okay. Didn't really eat much. But then again, it's pretty late in the night. You're usually not allowed to. You shouldn't really eat that late in the night without if you're wanting to avoid certain problems.
Yeah. I did Oppo. I took a strong nap and missed dinner time, and woke up and ate something unhealthy. But it's okay. I'm going to the weight room in the morning. So I guess we'll do chest and back and shoulders in the morning. Try to get big shoulders, big back, and some other things. But let me ask this. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. Let's talk some Knicks basketball, right? Let's talk about how you feel at the moment about this Knicks loss and the game Sunday. Like, where are you at on both of those?
In regards to tonight, not really happy that, in my opinion, we took the Pelicans too lightly. But then again, the Pelicans are hungry to get out and hell-bent on getting out of the play-in tournament.
Right.
On the other hand, this is a game that goes to show you cannot underestimate your opponent, no matter how cautiously you're trying to play to get to the postseason. I mean, case in point, like we saw the season finale between the Giants and Eagles this season. Giants fans got so overhyped that we played that well against the Eagles with our backups. In hindsight, we should have seen that the Eagles were playing that game very cautiously. They wanted to save Jalen Hurts for the big push. Am I right?
I don't care if you're right. Say what you want to say. I don't care. Hey, let me say this going forward. You don't have to ask me to co-sign your stuff. Say what you got to say. Get it off your chest. Do you need my co-signing as a vote of confidence, or do you believe in your point? You believe in your point, right? Say your point. Yeah. Say what it is you got to say.
My point is, if we're playing against a good team and we do well when they're playing safe, shouldn't we be a little more willing to push against a team that's mediocre or rising at best to meet them at their level, not play below it at times?
No, I don't. No, I don't agree. I think the thing we discount is the Pelicans are a playoff team, and even though they don't have the same record we do, they're still a very good team. Half the league right now is playing for absolutely nothing. At this point, you saw the Dallas Mavericks with arguably the best player in the league, basically pack it up for the year. Yeah, and that same Chicago team basically packed it up tonight because they saw Dallas was packing up, and so Chicago packed it up. But the Pelicans came to play.
The difference between Dallas and Chicago is securely in the play-in.
Right. Right. A playoff team. Right.
Right.
Dallas is not. They're a lottery team.
I mean, and to quote the Urinating Tree, as he views Kyrie Irving as a cancer, that needs to be cut no matter where he goes because of his bad attitude. Dallas wanted a winning team. Instead, when they brought him in, he becomes a cancer and the team goes in a free fall, losing 17 or 18 of their last 24 or 25.
Right. Mark Cuban said Kyrie Irving has been a model citizen.
Model citizen, my ass.
But you're not there. And I quoted the owner of the Dallas Mavericks about a player that he has under contract.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, and the reason why I say that is not because I'm on their side. I'm not on their side. I don't care. But for our conversation, for the conversation that you're having, I just want to be fair.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? That's not. Trust me. You and I have rocked together. You know what I'm saying? More than we've rocked with Mark Cuban and Kyrie Irving.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, but in fairness to that point, we don't know for sure if he's that guy. All we can go by is rumors, and if we go by rumors, all of us have. Man, listen, all of us have had bad things said about us, and we don't want that to define us as who we are, right?
But then again, you look at the pattern with Kyrie. When LeBron came back to Cleveland, what happened? He went from front runner to second fiddle. Then he went to Boston. Who was the top player? Who's the top player?
Well, but the thing with Cleveland and going to second fiddle, it's like it's easy, like legit. And this is just an example, right? I consider myself to be great at this thing that we do, right? Because even though you and I were once total strangers, right? You have a comfort level with me and how I operate, and it's not because I emailed you a list of rules and all of that stuff. Over time, we develop a certain chemistry, right?
Right.
Just by rocking together. I didn't interview you before you came on. I didn't write you out a bunch of rules and all of that stuff. It's just over time we rock together. We kind of get a feel for each other, right?
Right.
But say Jalen Rose showed up on a panel with us right now. I would be comfortable playing second fiddle to Jalen Rose for a little bit, right? Even though I feel like in this forum, I'm better than Jalen Rose. In my mind, I am, right? Now, whether everybody else feels differently, whatever. But the LeBron and Kyrie thing in Cleveland, in my mind, is, of course, Kyrie would cede the alpha dog spot to LeBron because Kyrie was the alpha dog for 3 seasons, and Cleveland sucked. And LeBron came back, and Cleveland started winning. So, of course, you see that thing to him. What I would say about the Kyrie thing is they went after Kyrie. They cleared out the cupboard in hopes that Luka, Kyrie, and an empty cupboard could help them make the playoffs. And come to find out, Luka, Kyrie, and an empty cupboard cannot help them get to the playoffs. They traded away their best perimeter wing defender. They traded away draft picks, a lot of stuff, and they kept guys that probably wouldn't be in a rotation. If those guys that they have right now play for the Knicks, they wouldn't even be in a rotation.
No, they wouldn't.
You feel me? And so the thing about it is I don't even want Dallas is such a waster. Like listen, I hear how you speak about the Knicks, and I didn't want it to sleep on top of the covers, so to speak. I kind of want to talk to you about stuff, pick your brain about some things, so we can really talk this talk the way that we like to have this talk to us, right? Some real talk, right? So Josh Hart and R.J. Barrett basically shot us out of that game a couple of hours ago. I think they were 0 for 12 from 3.
Yeah, 0 for 12.
And in my mind, if they shoot 2 for 12, I think we win the game. Not because 6 points would have made up the difference. I don't know if it would have. I forget what
we would have lost by 2. We would have needed 3.
Right, but I think the way you play the game, the way the game would have played out towards the end of the game, would have been different. Right?
True.
Right. So instead of being down by 5, being down by 2 in a 1-possession game, now New Orleans driving to the basket. Those calls down low can go either way. Is that a charge or a block? Right. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a charge, we get the ball back. The basket doesn't count, and they pick up a foul. So it's like all of these small, all the minutia that we discard. Instead of looking deep into it, we discarded thinking that the box score tells the entire story. And in my mind, it doesn't really do that. I think this team, I think the Knicks had a problem with the tall Pelicans defenders that guarded Quickly, Grimes, RJ, and to a certain extent Obi Toppin. I think the length, the tall players of the Pelicans bothered us. But let me ask you this: do you agree with that, or do you have a different take on it?
Partially agree with the length getting in the way, but another part of me is saying it was basically RJ basically trying to throw the team onto his back, but carrying it on his back like Atlas, and he kept dropping it.
Right.
I mean, collectively between him and Hart, 12 out of 33, that's including the 0 for 12 from behind the arc, not really considered putting the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Right. Yeah. And if I'm asking a question, And for those that don't know the Atlas story, I'd advise you looking it up. You know, the thing is with RJ is RJ that guy that can carry a team? No. Until that shot improves drastically, RJ's not the guy. I don't even want to have the conversation with it. Matt, is it a conversation worth having? The dude went 0 for 9.
Nope.
Is it chat? Is it worth even talking about? Is it worth even talking about? RJ has everything in place for him to thrive. That shot 0 for 9, you can't trust it. And now is not the time for your shot to disappear with the playoffs about a week away.
And throw in that, in my opinion, what shoots Josh Hart in the foot is he tries too hard to be the jack of all trades, master of none off the bench. I mean, he's like, I'm not good at one particular field set, but I am competent at everything, you know, on the court.
Right. Right.
And in my opinion, that usually gets him in trouble.
Okay. Okay. I will admit that R.J. Barrett didn't have a terrible game shooting outside of the three-pointer, but man, I didn't see the whole game. I was I started watching the game a little bit late, right? And then when I saw who was on the floor from the Knicks, I walked the dog, went outside with the dog in the drizzling rain and all types of. This game really didn't mean much to me, except it was NBA basketball. Basically, is what I'm getting at. But then when I come back in and see the personnel on the floor, I'm like, oh boy, this ain't even. What are we doing out here? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, what are we doing out here? Right? And so as I watch the Pelicans kind of leave R.J. Barrett open for 3, it makes me cringe.
That he can't hit those open threes.
And it makes me think that playoff teams are going to do the same. Right? Playoff teams are going to sag off of him and maybe double team Brunson and Randall because R.J. Barrett can't shoot.
And at that point, you're just screaming at him, quit shooting the threes, just drive it.
Right. 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 Salute to the chat. Everybody out there, Knicks Nation, Knicks Universe. I'm very concerned. Mets, I'm not going to lie. I'm very concerned that R.J. Barrett is being left open.
Wouldn't blame you if you were.
All right, so here's the thing. Is there some type of accommodation? What can we do to accommodate this, I don't want to call it a misgiving, but what can we do to accommodate this lack of consistency from RJ?
I don't know, to be honest.
Should he put it on the floor? Should he drive to the basket?
I say drive it.
Should he? And I'm going through options, right? Should he put it on the floor, drive it to the basket? Should he pass the ball and not shoot at all? Right? Should he try to play make, pass the ball, create for others?
You could try to drill that into his head, but you know him. That immense contract we've got him on the books for.
Right.
That kind of green will do something to your head.
Right. I'm trying to figure it out. If you're the Knicks, what do you do at this point? Because it's not like it's April. It's not. I mean, I'm sorry. It's not like it's January where you can pull RJ to the side and maybe work on a few things. Bro, it's April. The playoffs start in a little while.
Playoffs start next Saturday.
Right.
I think we're going to be in the Sunday opener, right?
I'm not sure yet. I didn't check.
I'm in the playoff schedule. Well, when the play-in tournament wraps up and we get to the postseason proper.
Right. I don't know. It's odd. Hector's in the building. Project Nerd. What's good, man? Stephen Jones is in the building. What's good, man? I'm trying to figure this thing out, man. I'm trying to figure out how we get RJ right before the playoffs, or is it worth even getting RJ Barrett right before the playoffs start?
We gotta get him right come that week. Whatever it takes, even if it means going through a slew of drills during the play-in tournament.
Right. Yeah, man. I
know a certain tree, when he gets his haters guide going, regardless of how far the Knicks get, he's going to say it's either that it's going to be because of dumb luck, overkill enthusiasm, and certain teams just choosing to bottom out or get hit with injuries that we got the 5th seed at all.
Right.
Which was the main reason why we got the 4th seed the last time, and we squandered it.
Right. Okay.
I'm not being nihilistic here. I'm just pointing it out.
All right. I don't care. I don't care how you... Man, listen. Man, I don't care how you root for your team. You root for your team how you want to. I'm going to do the same from my perspective. I'm going to root for my team the way I want to. Right? Right. I'm not judging anybody on their personal experience or their background and how they root for their team. What I will, though, for the conversation is ask certain questions to make sure that the conversations are clean and understandable, and that we're fair to everybody on all sides. Like if there is one side saying one thing about stuff, we'll bring in somebody to have it be to have at least two sides on the same conversation so that conversations can be fair.
Got it.
Right? And Hector, hey, Project Nerd says he is not a top 3-point shooter, and he has to look more engaged when it comes to his defense. Yeah, man, yo.
You're right.
But here's the thing. RJ Barrett is stoic. When he's mad, he's not going to look like, or when he's angry, he's not going to look angry. When he's happy, he's not going to look happy. Right? His body language is vanilla ice cream. That's RJ Barrett. And for those that critique vanilla ice cream, it's still dessert, by the way. So it may not be the best dessert. It may be the most baseline dessert out there, but it's still dessert.
True.
Right? And so the thing with RJ Barrett is looking engaged and all that stuff. That's what we kind of want as fans. We want everything, though. Right? I saw Jeff McNeil bat with the bases loaded today. Jeff McNeil led the National League in batting last season. He came up today with the bases loaded and struck out looking on a backdoor curveball from a dude that walked 7 people. Right.
2 2/3 innings.
2 2/3 innings. Right.
I was screaming at them to get a damn hit.
Right.
At that point.
Right. And so, right. You wanted them to get a hit, right? Because fans want it all. That's my point. That's the point that I'm getting at. Right.
I mean, then again, after basically getting mollywopped in our traditional death trap, that's Milwaukee. Can you blame me?
No. I don't judge. I just said that like
I mean, I know.
like
I'm
4
just
minutes ago.
saying
4
about
minutes ago.
hypothetics.
So,
Would anyone blame me for that after what the team went through in Milwaukee?
right. You would want a step up. In this game against the Pelicans, though, if RJ had gone, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest, right? If RJ had gone 9 for 9, and we still lost by the same score, I would still feel, apathetic, right? Like I don't care one way or the other. But the only reason why this game moves the needle for me is because of the set that I just mentioned, the one you and I just basically talked about R.J. Barrett and Josh Hart shooting 0 for 12 from 3. That is disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Right.
Again, RJ is his overbearing stoicism and his inability to emote, and with Josh, the jack of all trades mindset with him.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. I'm with you on the Josh Hart thing. My deal is I understand that Josh Hart is not a shooter. Right? I know Josh Hart is not going to be the guy that looks to become Ray Allen overnight. But RJ, though, puts you in the mindset occasionally that he wants to unlock himself and be that guy, and that is frustrating a little bit.
Mhm.
That is frustrating a little bit. And tonight, without other offensive players on the floor from his team to impede that, he didn't deliver.
Got that right. I mean, they were saying that Mitch was out due to some sort of injury with his hand again. I'm not sure.
I think it's the same thing you and I talked about the other day. Remember when I asked you if that was tape?
Oh, the tape on his thumb?
Yeah, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's the same. It's the same thing, right?
And you start Hartenstein. You put Hartenstein in the starting 5 slot. He crumbles.
Right.
I mean, the fact he fell into foul trouble that badly out of the gate, you can understand why Sims took most of the burden.
Right. I would love to have seen when I don't know if it was an extended stretch, so I don't want to speak in depth, but it looked like they went small for a stretch. I would love to have seen Obi at the 5, just for a stretch. I know Obi's not a center. I know that. I know Obi's not a 5. You know what I'm saying? I know basketball enough. I know it when I see it. I know Obi's not a 5, right? But the thing is you've already clinched the 5 seed. Your starting center is out due to injury. Your backup is a starter and he's in foul trouble. What do you have to lose? The game? You lost anyway.
I mean, wouldn't it have made more sense because he has more experience as a starting center to have started Sims with this game, not iHeart? Granted, even if he did that, I don't think the outcome of this game changes.
Right.
But wouldn't it have made more sense to put Sims in to start tonight, not Hartenstein?
I think so. I'm interested in that.
And there were a couple of those Hibbs rants I did last year where I basically called him out for having no logic in what he did.
Right.
And starting Hartenstein over Sims in the center spot when Hartenstein has little to no experience into that spot is a move that has no logic to it.
Right. My thing is try something. Anything.
I mean, I went to a game against the Hornets last year where he started Sims, and Sims was perfect in that game.
Right. I don't, man, listen, I don't blame you at all. I'm glad you brought that up. Parrot, hey, let me see. Here, Project Nerd says they said it was a rest due to maintenance, not technically a injury, but yes, tomato, potato. We all know what it is. So, yeah. What are you thinking about Sunday's game?
Timmy, do me a favor. If you're gonna sit Mitch again, start Sims, not iHeart.
Right.
Because if you look at last year, Sims showed he could be a good number 2 center when given the chance.
Okay.
I mean, sure, iHeart's done that too this year, but it's been predominantly off the bench. He's only had, 1 or 2 starts, including tonight?
Yeah.
And even in the early portions of this year when Mitch got injured, who was the starting center backup? Sims. Why didn't he go to him tonight to start the game?
Good question.
Granted, we didn't know at the time iHeart was injured, but still. The point stands.
Okay.
Go on, Freezie. You were gonna say?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the. So we have two things wide. So we have two topics wide open on the floor. Josh Hart and R.J. Barrett can't shoot. Mitchell Robinson out. The center rotation was weird. What I'm gonna say to both is we're fortunate that the playoffs are around, or the end of the season is around the corner. Let me put it that way.
Got that right.
So that now you play every playoff game as if your season is in peril. You know how people say, "Well, I'm hurt today, but if the playoffs started tomorrow, I'd be." The thing Justin Verlander said, "I'm hurt today, but if the season started, blah blah blah, man, I'd be able to." I'm glad we're at that point, so to speak. So, what else you got before I get in my bag? You got something else you want to talk about before I get in the bag?
What do you get the Devils against Boston tomorrow night?
I hadn't seen it. I hadn't even been keeping track.
Oh, well, basically, New Jersey's trying to get that Metro top spot. They're only a few points behind Carolina.
Okay. I dislike Carolina. I dislike Carolina.
I'm just saying, Boston's been a juggernaut this year in hockey.
Yeah, I noticed that part though. They're super. Yeah. Wiz is in the building. What's good, Wisdom? Can Wiz hear us? Okay. Maybe I lost them. Okay. Maybe I lost them. I'll bring them back. I may have too much stuff going on. Let me see. Yeah, I have too much stuff. Let me see. Where are they? I'm gonna hide that for a second. And
go start Sims when Mitch was out last time because iHeart was together with taking the Knicks and they want to maintain continuity. And this time he didn't because second unit director is starting to keep iHeart with the guys he's familiar with. I'm going to use that as the logic. However, I agree with you. I still saw the Sims. And have iHeart do what he normally does, which is come off the bench, even though it may or may not be with the same second unit that he had before. So I'm going to use that logic, but my thought process was the same as you. But I'm going to give him that benefit of the doubt if he wanted to keep the guys who are playing together, even though they're starting and not coming off the bench. That's my logic.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to give Tim a little break because again, I don't give him too many breaks, but this scenario I'm going to give him that break as a possibility. What do you think? Any logic to that? Do you think there's any logic to that?
Of course.
Okay.
I can see that.
Of course.
Yeah. But man, 0 for 9. 0 for 9 is hurting me. 0 for 9 is hurting me. I like what we saw today, though, but I really want to see Arthur succeed. You know, I love this team. I want this team to succeed together. I want to succeed mostly because of, also selfishly, because I love IQ. You know, I love Grimes. I even love Obi. And so, if this team actually gets to the ECF or wins the chip, I don't think any of them would want to leave right now. And, you know, they wouldn't mind running it again, even if they're only playing 15 minutes like Obi for next year. And they'll say, hey, we're on the edge. I'm not gonna mess it up. I'm gonna go with the flow because we're almost there. Let's see if we run it again next year. Can we do it? So that's why I want Arthur to succeed because he's part of the team right now. And if we get to the ECF, then we got to try to run it one more time because I'm not so sure I want to think, can't think with any of it right now, even if we don't make past the ECF. I don't know. I mean, would you still make any adjustments of our first 10 guys? Or will you just add that, fill in that slot, D-Rose slot and Fournier slot,
I don't know. That's a tough question. I can't come up with an answer to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be tempting to not touch, but at the same time, like the Queen always talks about, always try to improve. But sometimes trying to improve just brings in one person that may not be like a Josh Hart did, where that one insertion of a new player takes to the next level, and in fact could set us back. I'm trying to think about scenarios in the past of other players who've done that, where the team is almost there, and you figure you add one more piece, and
right.
instead of improving,
we regress.
They regress.
Right.
Or remain the same. Either way, I mean, remain the same wouldn't be bad, but to regress is not fair. What piece comes in here and causes other people negative instead of positive?
I mean, just look what happened at Dallas.
I feel bad. I almost feel bad because I feel bad for those guys. But Freezie, man, it's your fault, Freezie. You got me like almost like feeling like they're cousins of ours on We Talk Mavs.
Right.
Oh man, I feel like they're our cousins, man.
Yeah, those are. If you think we are melancholy right now, right? If you think we are melancholy right now, think about our cousins on We Talk Hawks.
Oh.
Right. And they are our cousins, right?
Yes.
Right, because we have like the homie network kinda. You know what I'm saying? Not that we feel sorry for them in that way, because this time last year, no one was feeling sorry for us, right?
Okay, good point.
True.
Right? You know, I think you guys, and so I just put you guys back on screen. I had a tech issue. I'm not for sure what that was, but you guys disappeared. But now you guys are back.
Actually, it's the other way around, Freezer. You disappeared.
Huh?
Maybe we disappeared on YouTube. On YouTube, we disappeared.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Matt and I saw each other, but okay.
Yeah, I'm doing production and hosting, and all of that stuff at the same time. So y'all bear with me.
By the way, I was gonna say one of these for you, Freezy, but
What are those hands?
No, these are vegan lemon poppy, lemon cake, rum cake, sakatumi, and gluten-free sakatumi.
Okay.
Sakatumi.
This is a commercial kitchen that my wife, you know, it's her domain.
Shout out to the missus, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the missus.
What kind of cake is a sakatumi?
It's a southern thing. I like. It's actually a vanilla pound cake with vanilla streusel normally in the middle, but she puts it on top also, sprinkle it on top and in the middle.
Okay.
So, yeah. Did I send you one of those, Freezy? Did you get that?
Yes, and we enjoyed it,
you
bro.
did. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do a little care package again on Monday, a little 2-day mail. Bam. If it doesn't sell out this weekend, bam.
Bro, hey,
That'll be another.
I appreciate it, man. And listen, when we do the, I don't know what I was thinking, but I'll talk to you off the air about some sponsorship opportunity presented to the channel. I've been wanting to talk to you about some stuff, man, but we'll get to it eventually, I guess.
Absolutely. By the way, how's betonline.com still going?
I'm gonna go hit the hay, guys.
All right.
Okay, man.
All right, boss.
I don't know if betonline.com or if California is not allowed. So maybe a Cali restricted. I know that's all.
Okay.
But I'm gonna double check.
Okay.
So that's one of your people, right?
That's one of I hadn't really been active since I had the knee injury. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You remember how inconsistent I was with uploading and doing content when I had the knee injury occurred. So it's one of them things. But there are some others out there. We'll see if we can rekindle that and then some other stuff. Right.
Okay.
But listen.
Yeah. Yes.
This was the game for Miles McBride to step up, and he didn't.
Oh, man. Wait a second. How many minutes you got, man? My boy got 15 minutes, didn't he?
Right. This was the game for him to step up, and he didn't.
He did as well as RJ did.
No, that's not. No, that's no.
I mean, minute for minute.
No, this was the game. RJ shot, Josh Hart shot were off from the beginning. And this is the game for Miles McBride to step up, and he didn't.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to him later, okay?
All right. So Wiz, all I'm saying is, if he doesn't step up Sunday, it's going to be a long summer for you.
True that. I'm
right.
sure of that.
Because all we ask is to step up when the opportunity is provided. Right. Don't talk to me about the opportunity being perfect and, you know, we were wearing the wrong uniforms and we were on the road and not at home and the other team had taller players. Miles McBride was presented with the opportunity and he didn't step up.
There's a storm system hovering over the eastern part of the hemisphere.
I know.
Drifting towards, you see that storm system that caused a slight disturbance in the force?
Yeah.
Kind of through. Okay, so besides that, you're right. Okay, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, man.
Wiz, basically you're telling me that there's a war going on outside no man is safe from, that you can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down scared to look. You shook because there's no such things as halfway crooks. That's what you're saying to me?
No, I'm just saying it's like that. And that's the way it is.
And that's the way it is Oh.
Play.
Right. No doubt.
Oh, man, my boy. Dude, I'll
Right.
talk to him tomorrow. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. He'll be ready Sunday.
Okay.
He'll be ready.
All right. So I pointed him out specifically because in these games here, you need for your young players to step up when all the veterans are not playing. And this is their opportunity to prove to the fans and the organization that they are worth their roster spot. Tonight, Obi didn't prove it. Obi is up and down.
He went into the shadows. I mean, his game was on. He just stepped back. He shrunk. You know the Nelson Mandela speech.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Okay, so he needs to shine. He needs to rise. He should not hide to make others feel better about themselves. You should shine to encourage others to shine as well.
Okay.
So your deepest fear.
Okay.
It's not that we're not powerful, that we're powerful beyond measures. That's our deepest fear. Sometimes a person is afraid of how powerful they are, and instead of shining, they hide.
Right.
To allow others to feel better, but rather we tell you, shine. Come on. I'm gonna talk to Obi and Deuce about that. They probably need to hear the point. I'm gonna have to read that point to them tomorrow. I DM them tomorrow and I said to them, you need to show them what you got, so they will also step up.
Right.
Because he probably felt bad for RJ going 0 for 9, and it's probably like, oh man, okay, go ahead, RJ, go ahead, take another shot. You got it, RJ.
Right.
Okay, one more shot. Okay, RJ, okay. Just a bit outside. Okay, one more shot.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
I'm
Wiz, but Wiz,
sounds good.
Wiz, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. RJ and Miles McBride are about the same age.
I know, but RJ has 4 years in the NBA, started 30-plus minutes a game.
Right.
Oh.
Right. No doubt.
They both had a chance to step up. And, again, like I said, RJ didn't have a bad game. It's just that 0 for 9 that really messed his game up. Other than that, but he's still...
Wiz,
can
can I make you mad for a second? I want to make you mad, but I don't want to offend you. And I know that sounds like impossible, right?
It sounds like a typical thing that an Army guy would do.
But listen.
Oxymoron.
The paradox. You know what it is.
Yes, the paradox. Absolutely, yes.
Right. Here's the thing. You know you my man, and I respect you. Have from day one. Right.
You too.
There were times I told people to shut up so that you can talk.
I remember.
That's a fact, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when people were calling you Ashley ain't one, I was like, no, don't call him that. Call him Wisdom. Right? You remember that?
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
You told me you don't want it, man. Yep.
Right, and it was out of respect, right?
I appreciate it. Yes,
but you just said that RJ Barrett 0 for 9, keep shooting. Maybe he's a little bit off, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you that's what Obi was saying to him.
Okay. That's an Obi. Okay. Okay. I'm glad I clarified because I was just about to bring up. I was just about to bring up what you said about Julius Randle.
I'm not doing that exactly. Not.
Okay.
I said Obi was the one who was trying to encourage his boy. I said, "You got it, man. You got it. Okay, you're a little bit outside. Okay, a little bit.
Okay.
And Obi, that's why he didn't shoot. Obi was back there on the sideline going, "Don't pass me the ball. I'm not going to yell at you again this time.
Right.
I'm going to curse you out to the sideline. I'm going to."
Right. You know I was going to bring up Julius Randle, right?
I saw it coming.
Okay. All right. Because not only do I eat like an elephant, I also have an elephant's memory.
Exactly.
So not only do I eat like an elephant, I do have an elephant's memory, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I saw it coming. I was like, here it comes.
Right.
No. I was trying to say, Obi was saying that. Obi was trying to make up for yelling at him,
right,
making him feel bad. So he says, but what he did was, reverse psychology this time. He goes, take the shot, RJ. You got it.
Right.
Take it. Yeah, RJ. It's all you.
Right.
See? Now what? Now, RJ, what? Maybe you should pass the ball.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, I think that the thing that I'm disappointed about with RJ is not the most apparent thing. My thing about RJ is he picked a fine time to go ice cold from three.
No.
Like, why you wait until right before the playoffs to get ice cold from three?
I know. And you said the halftime, the halftime, the end of the first half move play.
Huh?
Did you see the end of the first half?
I missed that. I missed. I walked out the door right at that.
Oh.
Bro, I told you earlier when we were rocking. Remember, I told you I was a bad luck charm.
But you walked out.
And the Knicks came back.
No. At the end of half, we had 12 seconds to go. RJ had the ball. You walked out. And so I was sure we were going to score. You know, RJ didn't get the shot off. He had the ball, dribbled it out. He dribbled it out like he was IQ, just pounding the air, trying to get the air out of it.
Okay.
And he didn't get a shot off because he wanted the shot by himself. After watching last two games with the ball movement and people talking about, I'm one of them, and I'm going to probably regret about when Randall comes back. Will Randall see what they're doing and incorporate that ball movement in his game and reduce the ISO play? Which he probably should because we're succeeding. So I'm not saying he should. But I'm thinking maybe he sees that and goes, let's just see what quick bang, bang, bang move, free open man basket.
Right.
What that looks like. I was thinking Randall would be the one to say, I'm keeping this ball for 12 seconds and watch you guys stand there and then I'm going to get a shot off. But no, worse, I'm going to not even get a shot off at all for the last end of the half because I want to be the number one option because I am the number one option right now. That's what RJ did today. And I was like, I was worried about the wrong guy. I was worried about Randall.
I'm concerned that I'm concerned with that all the parts that you're saying are leading to one conclusion. You know what that conclusion is, right?
I know.
The conclusion.
Where's the camera?
When you know how you fix something, how you're working to repair something, and you take the item apart and have all the parts scattered across the floor as you look to repair it.
Yeah.
I think as you do that, as you place all the parts around the shop floor to repair the item that needs repairing, that basically what you're telling me is that RJ Barrett doesn't fit.
Oh, damn, there it is. There it is. Ow. Ow. I did not say those words.
No, I know you didn't, and I'm not putting words in your mouth. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. Out of respect, I prefaced it. Out of respect, I prefaced it by giving an example, right?
Yes.
And out of respect for you and the conversation, right? For you and I'm respecting the conversation also. I'm taking the singular parts of this item as they are laid out on the shop floor, looking to be repaired. What I'm saying is, as I look across the shop floor, the conclusion may be that RJ Barrett doesn't fit. Because here's the thing, RJ Barrett missed a game prior against Indianapolis, who we all know was a subpar team, and three guys on the same team scored 32-plus points apiece by moving the ball.
Yes.
Now, granted, in that game, Mitchell Robinson played, right?
True.
Mitch doesn't play tonight. the same three guys from the other night play? RJ Barrett returns? Now, I'm not saying, now you know I love RJ Barrett. You know I personally love RJ Barrett as a player. Right?
More than I do, yes.
Yeah,
I know that.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm not faking jacks here. I'm not faking jacks here, right? What I'm saying is I love RJ, right? I love RJ as a player. Y'all know that. I ain't faking jacks. I'm not pushing fake narratives, right? So what I'm saying is if I'm looking at the chat too. I'm listening to Wiz. I'm reading the chat. And so I'm listening to Wiz. I'm reading the chat. And as we break down this game, the one kid that was doing his own thing, the one kid that was not like the same, was RJ Barrett. Right? Yeah. Anybody in here? One of these kids is doing his own thing. One of these kids is not like. One of these new kids is doing his own thing. And now it's time to say his name.
Oh, geez. Oh, man.
Wiz, I don't know if you're old enough to remember that from the 70s.
Definitely. One of these is not like the other.
Yeah.
I'm barely old enough. Yeah. I'm right there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So my thing is I love RJ Barrett, and I feel like RJ Barrett is the golden child. I think he's the future of New York Knicks basketball, right? But at some point, these 0 for 9s have to be a once in a career thing. They can't be a once a month thing.
Oh. Valid point, man. Oh, man. I'm trying. I like RJ. I like the squad, and I'm afraid to upset this, it's the apple card, right? That's the term. Oh, man. However, there are, certain evidence you put together evidence and it leads to,
right.
Leads to a conclusion.
Right.
These facts together to go, And, sometimes you look at, again, I always say that, basically, correlation does not imply causation, However, with multiple occurrences, it begins to look like there are certain things that lead to a certain conclusion.
Yo, did you see what Almighty Finesse says? Freezie, stop it. Just say you want to get rid of RJ. That's weird, bro. I swear I don't know where you even got that from.
How did he get that? You do not. You love RJ. You something back to that love.
Almighty Finesse just made up his own thing. He just made up his own joint. Like after like 4 years of me talking. It's not even been 4 years. It's been like 7 years of me confessing my love to RJ. Almighty Finesse is like, yeah, I got 7 years of evidence, but I just heard Uncle Freezie say he don't like RJ.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's like Wiz. Be careful, because he gonna say that Wiz don't like Deuce McBride.
Exactly. Next year they'll be like, oh man, Deuce.
And shout out to Almighty Finesse. That's our guy too, by the way. I'm joking with him. Shout out to Almighty Finesse. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Almighty, if you want to say one of us doesn't, then I'm the one who will be closer to not liking RJ than Uncle Freezie, because I was sure, again, all of that draft year, I was like, I saw it coming. I'm like, the number 3 pick is too high to take that young man. He's good. He's got a future in the NBA.
Yeah, and
but
so
I would like to trade back.
Right.
I'm the one who's come after regarding RJ.
Now I want and I keep saying it, and maybe I need to get it tattooed on my cheek. Maybe I need to get it tattooed right here. But I told Sim Russell face to face in a forum like this. I think back then we were using Zoom or something. But I looked that man dead in his eyes. I was like, stop. All this talk we doing, man, we need to trade Joakim Noah and tank for R.J. Barrett. And a dude named Who's Mark went ballistic. Who is R.J. Barrett? Yo, it's hilarious. But you know what though, and as fans, we don't have to necessarily be or express our love through logic, because love is fleeting. It's light like the tinkering bell, but it's strong as a mountain at the same time. Right? Like love comes in like a loose feather off an eagle wing, and then hit the ground and stand strong like a mountain. And if anybody knows, if anybody has ever loved anybody, love is so gentle and kind, but it's rock steady like the biggest, tallest, strongest mountain, right? So when Knicks fans say they love somebody, I don't even argue, because I can't move mountains, right?
Right.
Like when Wiz say, "Hey, I love Deuce," I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I can't move mountains, so it's not even worth it to me. Even though I love Deuce also, right? I love Deuce also. I love these kids, bro. I love them all, man. And we criticize certain things on a night-to-night basis, and it seems like in most things in life, when you criticize something, you're trying to usher it towards the door. But as Knicks fans, we're not always trying to usher things towards the door. We just want things to get right.
Mm-hmm.
We just want things to get right, man. And with that said, Bricks Nation says RJ, Obi, Deuce, and 2 firsts from a Cal Bridges.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, shout out to Juju Caesar for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate that. Yo, DSJ is in the building. What's good, DSJ?
Yeah, drop that link. DSJ, come in here, man.
I got somebody for you.
Uh-oh.
I got somebody for you. Just be patient with me as I do this, man. I got my computer moves so slow when I have OBS open, so just bear with me for just a split second.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? Someone someday say, "Oh, Wiz doesn't like Deuce. Wiz hates Deuce." That'll be a funny day. What? Or Sims. Wiz hates Sims. I'm like, man, I don't normally go to anybody's DMs, man, but I'm in Sims DMs saying, "Yo, you gotta come on the Freezer show, man. We want to talk to you about your career."
Dre, what's good, boss?
Uh-oh. What up?
Yeah, man, I kicked that intro and everything.
Yo. I'm bad.
What's good?
I'm chilling. Apparently, sky is falling in Nick's universe right now.
Bro, I was gonna talk to you about. This is one of the topics that I want to talk about, right? But I'm gonna talk about it on the Weekend Buzz podcast with Gunna and Corey Lee. Yo, it don't matter. It don't matter how we lost tonight. But every time the Knicks break a win streak, somebody's got to get fired.
It's like the end of the world, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, every time a long winning streak comes to an end, somebody got to get a pink slip.
You know we were playing the hottest team in the league.
I know this. Right. You reminded me several times. I'm with you.
We're down 3 men in our rotation.
Right.
3 starters. Not even putting it playing. 3 starters, right?
Right.
Our leading scorer went 0 for 9 from 3. and it was a one possession game with a minute left.
Right, and we shaved it
on the road.
It was three possessions. I'm sorry, 2 possessions at 4 minutes, and we shaved it to 6 with 2 minutes, and then it was as much. It was down to at least 4, and then they just stretched away on us because of whatever. But Dre, real quick.
Yeah.
Which you said you said down 3 starters, right?
Yeah.
And
playing a team that actually has something to play for.
Right.
Right this second.
Right. And on top of that, the remaining 2 starters are the youngest starters, or our youngest starters of the 5.
Right.
R.J. Barrett and Quentin Grimes. So our least seasoned remaining starters were there, right? And we still hung in there with those guys for a little bit. Let me just bear with me for a little bit, man. Was
getting foul trouble too.
Yeah, and was in foul trouble. Let me do this real quick. Y'all just give me like 60 seconds.
Yo, what up?
Yo, that wah-wah pedal on your song, Adam, is fire. That wah-wah that you hear, that
Yeah.
That to me, that's fire, bro. When I first heard it, I was like, that is Adam all day and night right there, bro. that was.
Hey, please, you saw what I said in the chat?
No.
I said, Freezie, the Golden Child's got to go. We need to replace him with Devin Booker. I'm just about done with this Golden Child.
You can get a little bit realistic, Adam.
Yeah,
just a tad bit realistic.
A tiny bit.
I know, Dre, but come on now. This man just keeps launching threes. He's not a 3-point shooter.
I mean, but it's. I mean, it's by design. He was taking them because he was open. I don't think he only took one actual terrible 3-pointer, and it was like a late shot clock, like step back.
0 for 9.
But he was taking them because they were giving them to him.
Right, they were.
They were giving them to him.
But at a certain point, you have to take them. Otherwise, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
You're putting the team offense at a disadvantage. Right. No, I get it.
But that's not RJ's game, though. RJ's game is attacking the rim, man. That's what he's best at.
I know, but they're defensive, man. You got to give the Green. What's their coach? Oh God.
Willie Green.
You got to give Willie Green credit because they cut off his driving lanes, they cut off his passing lanes, and forced him to do the least likely thing that he's good at.
And you have to take into account that our 2 best offensive weapons were not on the court. So
yep. And if we missed, we didn't have the best offensive rebounder by statistically the best because there are guys with more offensive rebounds, right? We all know that. But statistically, this dude has a offensive rebound percentage of over 15%. That's amazing, bro.
And to take into account, even though I think Hartenstein is also very high, he was in foul trouble as well.
Yeah.
Or we thought he was in foul trouble. They rescinded a foul on him.
Yeah.
But still, he sat out a ton of time in both halves.
Yep.
And I'm not about to panic over the second to last regular season game
Yeah.
Dre,
When we have about 50 points of offense,
Mr. Dre,
around maybe 60 points of offense if you count Mitch out.
Mr. Dre, but
come on.
But you're asking us to be logical
or rational,
right? Or how about considerate? I think considerate is probably the best word to put here, seeing that we had so many guys out. But
or asking people to attempt to contextualize
that
things.
also. But let me tell you something, bro. When the Knicks break a losing streak, everybody getting fired, bro.
And somebody's getting blamed for it.
Somebody, somewhere is getting all the blame for the Knicks losing a basketball game when we got comfortable with winning games.
It's got to roll.
Yes. And Wiz, and the reason why I bring that up, and listen, I know y'all get on me a lot for not saying the same stuff that everybody else on other channels say. Like legit, people are like, why don't you just go with the flow, Uncle Freezie? I mean, that's the easy way. That way, more people will be on the channel. Just go with the flow. Stop trying to make people think. Just try to make people happy. Listen, I get it. Maybe I'm weird that way, that I like having deeper conversations. Maybe I'm weird that way, right? But for those of us that like to think differently about basketball, right? I pose this to you. Did you not notice as soon as there was a threat of the Knicks losing, everybody was bad at what they've done during the winning streak?
It's like IQ can't really get into the paint finish.
Yeah.
And that was just an outlier.
Right.
Grimes struggled with length tonight, which is why he wasn't as explosive
why
as
he
Poppy
couldn't get his
tonight.
shot off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going against, well, now they're outright the hottest team in the league right now. I think they won 9 of their last 10 or something like that. So, and they have something to play for. What I did like tonight is that we actually shut down Brandon Ingram, but those 48 minutes were really the reason why we lost. If we keep it in
I told Wiz that earlier. I told Adam that earlier.
It was the 48 minutes.
And the only reason why Tibbs even went to him was Josh Hart and R.J. Barrett couldn't hit the broad side of a barn with a watermelon, bro. If either one would even, if their shots were just going in and out, he would never have played Fournier. Right? Josh Hart couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Right?
I'm telling you.
I mean, and that was just a regression to the mean, his mean, because he was shooting damn near 60% from three.
Right. And we're not faulting Josh Hart. We like Josh Hart here.
Yeah.
Josh Hart, listen, we like you if you watch it. If you watch Josh Hart, we like you. But listen, these dudes' shots were off, man.
Oh my God.
Bricks everywhere.
And
if you notice, even though like IQ shot well from three tonight, there was way more attention on him and stopping him getting into the paint and creating for other people. Right. They were living with IQ taking a bunch of threes, even if he was hitting them.
Right.
But when he gets other people involved, it creates an avalanche type effect.
Yeah. When he becomes the point of the point guard thing, when he can score and get other, when he's the point of the sword, when he's the point of attack, he's one of the most dangerous people in the NBA. Right? And everybody knows this. That's why you got to either get too quickly. You either have to give up the triple-double game, which means he'll score about 15, 10, and 10, or the red-hot three-point game with no assists. But when
tonight, as soon as he crossed half court, you saw their center hedging because our centers at the time were really a threat anywhere outside of the paint.
Right.
So they were hedging to just sell out to make sure IQ passes the ball. And the only time IQ is effective is if he's like catching and shooting. Just not. He's not going to get what he wants off a pick and roll. He's not going to get to dissect you.
Right.
Basically.
And on catch and shoot, that means other people are operating with the basketball.
Right.
And I think the Pelicans were comfortable with that.
Yeah, especially if there's no Brunson out there.
Especially.
Yep.
Every time we went to the Fournier and Deuce minutes, the offense fell off the cliff. It happened in the Pacers game.
Yeah.
It happened in this game too. The offense fell off a cliff, and there was nothing really stable. And even when Fournier's hitting shots on the other end, they're attacking him.
Right.
So when he hits a three, he's giving up 4 points.
Is Fournier the poorest defender on this team?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not for lack of trying. It's just he physically can't do it.
Yeah.
He physically can't. I saw him get crossed up by Buddy Hield so bad last night. When has Buddy Hield ever crossed anybody up? Has anyone in here ever seen Buddy Hield cross somebody up?
You about to make us cry, bro.
No.
A catch and shoot guy, off the screen shooting guy, he saw Fournier and decided, I'm going to get in my Tim Hardaway bag and you two-step, and there's nothing Fournier can do about it because he can't move. He's like stuck in quicksand.
Dre, that's not fair.
Oh, it is very fair. There's a reason why he hasn't played, but like 30 minutes in the last 4 months.
I think you're right, and you're right.
If that man did not play, we win that game. You know that, Freezie. Matter of fact, if we played Daquan Jeffries over him, we win that game. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go even one step further. If we played Trevor Keels, we win that game over him.
Right.
I mean, why does Tip don't play this guy? I don't.
It's a show of respect because he's a veteran.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
It's a show of respect because he's a veteran. Because we know when we get to the playoffs, he's not playing
at all. So what? At all. So why you don't let him play a regular season game? Let him get his feet wet.
I wonder where Derrick Rose at. Derrick already checked out. Like he's done. He's done, bro.
Yeah, he's retiring. He's done. He's never gonna step on the floor again. So why bother dressing up in uniform?
He's gonna play for another team like the Clippers gonna pick him up to be a third point guard or something like that. There's a place for him in the league. It's just not gonna be a 20-minute a night guy.
I don't know. I think Derrick Rose should retire and move on with his life.
Adam is harsh, bro. Adam don't be like.
I think the same thing for Evan Fournier, but we know he's gonna take that $18-19 million owed to you.
Yeah. And what do you think of Jericho Sims?
Jericho Sims had a lot of energy tonight. He just didn't offer anything else
he hasn't played
beyond
in a while.
energy.
He hasn't played in a while.
His defense, his rotations were bad. He got a lot of rebound. He got a lot of second chance opportunities for us, which is what he's good at. But outside of like being a ball of energy, he didn't really offer too much. Which is, I mean, that's kind of a product of the offense. We don't really throw that many lobs. So.
Yeah, the lobs aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
We don't run horns as much. We used to get lobs out of horns for somewhere. Horns is not even a set. I think you get lobs out of, but we used to get lobs out of it.
Oh yeah, another thing that annoyed me about this game. Why did Obi Toppin get posted up by CJ McCollum? I know y'all saw it.
I mean, hey, let me. Anybody else in here notice that CJ McCollum looks like Urkel?
No. He looks like Stefan Urkel.
Stefan. So how is Obi Toppin getting posted up by Stefan Urkel?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. He did a crossover.
I'll
realized it didn't work, and then he methodically pushed Obi Toppin under the rim. A 200-pound 6'3" guard. That is wow.
Yeah, but you see how good
not Sherwin. Nah. Obi's not the worst defender Evan Fournier is, but that is inexcusable what happened to him in that particular play. That actually, wow. I was flabbergasted. How does that happen? I would have rather him get crossed over and he broke his ankles than for that to happen. Are you?
Sorry.
You good? You want me to drop you down?
Me again. If you ever do that to me again, I'm gonna come hurt you. Where do you live?
I didn't drop you down.
No. What you did was you made me think about Buddy Hield crossing over 48, and I couldn't stop laughing because I played it back 3 times last night, and I said, "Is that Iverson in Buddy Hield's jersey?" He was so flat-footed.
I have never seen someone so flat-footed. Like he's stuck in mud, like quicksand.
He was like, "Fuck." I'm sorry. I'm laughing at
he just looks so helpless on defense. Like he wants to try, but his body is not willing.
His body didn't move. I'm sorry, man. Sorry. I messed up your flow. I'm sorry.
You're good, man.
I'm laughing.
It's like Wiz. Like you're older now. It's like you tried to do something that you used to do when you were younger.
Exactly.
And your back told you no, stop.
Oh, man.
That's what Evan Fournier looks like when he plays defense. Like he's trying to do it, but his body says no.
But it was Buddy Hield. It was Buddy Hield, though. It wasn't like
it wasn't a quick. He made him look like Josh.
Yeah, it was a basic crossover. It wasn't like he didn't even move. Buddy
he didn't even set him up. He didn't even set him up.
He didn't set him up. He didn't even lead.
He didn't even dribble between his legs. He just put the ball on the floor, did it cross, and then he was going.
And he stood there, and he turned around, and he watched him go to the basket. Yeah, that's on his face. I saw his face.
Oh, man. I know his face was red. It had to have been red.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay. Ooh, man. I've been laughing, man. So I have my phone. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Go back to you.
Oh, man. There's multiple things I didn't like about this game.
Yeah, man.
Jeez. My bad, y'all.
You good, Freezie.
You good,
I'm just. Yeah, but like in the same token, like I'm not even mad about the game. It's like we already focused on the playoffs. Damn right.
Exactly. Yeah. That's so crazy.
All this was us like getting guys attempting to get in rhythm, getting our secondary and third or tertiary players ready to just be ready to go, ready to roll in the playoffs.
See, Drake, that's what I want to believe.
I mean, we saw it in the last game.
And I also want to believe, and I also want to believe that unicorns are real. Right? And I also want to believe.
Kristaps is on the Wizards, man.
Right. I know, and I want to also believe that big beast in my backyard is actually a friendly dragon. I'm hoping that whatever animal that is in my backyard, I'm hoping that's a friendly dragon. Right?
Hope it's not something like from Tremors.
Yeah, right, and not the opposite. Right, yep. So, and the reason why I say that is because I want it to be that, but I also think it was the Knicks showcase. These last 3 games are the Knicks showcasing their young talent.
Yeah.
And if the Knicks are showcasing their young talent, and R.J. Barrett looks like this,
man.
And Obi looks like this, they look so bad that you got to give minutes to Evan Fournier.
I mean, Obi had a great game the game before, and we've seen RJ in games that actually matter play better than this. So I mean,
but Drake that only plays to his nickname. Obi's nickname is once a month. He's once a month Obi. Right?
Oh man.
Last 10 games, Obi.
Yeah,
last 5 games, Obi.
That's him. That's him. Bro. You want Obi, man? This matchup should have. They don't even have they didn't have a power forward on the floor that should have been able to guard Obi 1-on-1.
But when I was watching the game, immediately I knew this wasn't going to be a good game for Obi because he actually had to guard someone on the perimeter, or like guys that have to put the ball on the floor, that can put the ball on the floor.
Okay.
Like even if it's Herb Jones is going to make Obi move his feet. He's not going to slack.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm frustrated because yo, chat, don't we always have built-in excuses for guys we like? If we like a guy, we have built-in excuses for him, right? Where's Wiz?
I got one for Obi right now. I do. I'm waiting to give you my Obi excuse.
I'm defending Obi because other front offices could be listening. So
right.
I'm trying to get something. I'm leaving here with something, as Denzel Washington would say.
Right. Yeah. So our thing is we have like Wiz is built-in excuse for Deuce McBride, and I co-sign it. My name is Uncle Freezie, and I approve that message. Right. What I'm saying with Wiz is Wiz's thing is, well, he doesn't get enough minutes to show what he got. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Good one. Okay.
Right? That's what we say about Deuce, right? Whether it's accurate or not, regardless of what happens with Miles McBride, the first thing we're going to say is, well, he don't play enough, so how can you judge him? Right? and the thing about Obi is Julius Randle's eating up all the minutes. Obi don't get enough time. Obi need to get time to get lathered up, get in the flow of the game. Today he was in the flow of the game.
And he was kind of non-existent.
He was
How many points did Obi have tonight?
Oh yeah, double digits, man. Double digits.
A nice 10.
But they came early though. But they came early.
Yeah, they came early in the first half.
But you also noticed like Obi's minutes went down because Tibbs knew it was a bad matchup for him. He only played 27 tonight.
Right.
Well, also
Tibbs saw like the way the Pelicans' offense was shaping up. They knew we were loading up to stop what's his name, Brandon Ingram. So they basically were like, we're going to attack Obi's man, whoever Obi's guarding, or we're going to attack whoever Fournier is guarding. They were going for the weak point every time.
Right. No doubt, bro. But when Dre, I understand. Listen, what you're doing is the basketball stuff. Dre's talking about the on the court basketball, tactical, strategic stuff, and he's absolutely right. What I'm speaking to is the excuses.
Where's the dog in you?
Right. What I'm speaking to is, well, Obi's not a traditional four. He's more of a wing four, as a face-up four. Well, he played against wings and face-up fours tonight, and they proved to him that he's more of a traditional four that can't rebound and defend on the interior. So which one is it? Is he a springy wing four, or is he Tim Duncan?
He is a springy wing four one-way player. He is a lighter John Collins. But John Collins rebounded better. So I can't even say that.
You can't say that. Yep. I just said it there. Wait a second.
But in terms of their offensive games when they first came in, but Obi takes a ton more threes now. But the face-up aspect of the game, yeah.
Yo, let me read what Nick Yak said just now. For the last 2 months, in my mind, Nick Yak has been on fire, right? Nick Yak says, Obi doesn't rebound, assist, shoot threes, 34%, dribble, or play defense, and fans love the guy. Salute to Nick Yak. It's like it's 1:40 on the East Coast. Nick Yak is up in the chat and is on fire. Salute to Nick Yak. Right? Right?
Okay.
Yeah, but when
I'm
Obi takes
going to challenge two of those though. He does shoot the three better,
Then who?
And 34
Then who?
No, that's 34.
No.
That's 34%. That's not his true 3-point shot. Because when he's playing minutes more than 15,
Wiz,
20
you sure
minutes a
that?
game,
Wiz, are you sure that's accurate?
when he's doing more than 20 minutes a game, his
Nope.
3-pointer is over 34%.
See, now you
Freezie, what if
situational.
Freezie, what if I tell you, Freezie, kind of related or unrelated, what if I tell you Jordan Poole was going against the Kings and they were resting all their stars?
Right.
And Jordan Poole went 0 for 10 tonight, 0 for 6 from 3.
That's who he is, though, bro.
That is true.
That's who he is. That's who he is.
0 for 10, period.
Right. No, I get it. That's who he is.
But isn't he supposed to be a shooter?
No, that dude. No, you know it. So he'll throw out a clunker like that, right? And then he'll play against the best team in the Eastern Conference. He'll play against Milwaukee and put up 37, and is the best player on the floor. And everybody
he hasn't done that too much this year.
Well, I mean,
last year. Yeah.
But he's got the ability to, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Jordan Poole is way.
Because if we're looking up his shooting splits, it's not pretty. Right now, it's 42 from the field, 33 from 3.
But Dre, here's the thing though. What if Obi splits were Jordan Poole like? They are. And tonight, no, I'm talking about shot volume 2.
Okay.
I'm talking about like with volume and all that stuff also.
Got you.
Would we throw out this clunker tonight? Yes, because Jordan Poole is impactful.
Jordan Poole is a contributor to a title.
He creates gravity. The reason why Klay Thompson leads the NBA in 3-point attempts is not because Klay Thompson creates off the dribble. It's because 2 guys create gravity on the floor, or 3 guys, create gravity on the floor where Klay Thompson can just relocate, find a spot in against a great defense and get his 3 off. Right?
True.
Obi Toppin, on the other hand, is once a month Obi. I hate to say it, I like Obi, bro. I like Obi, right? But how many times, and somebody point out to me 2 times in the month of April that Obi actually had a great game.
0.
Oh, well, what do you consider great?
30
0.
points.
Oh,
he had 30 and 40 last year. He had like 30 and 40.
No, but seriously.
What about this
month?
Though? What about this month?
He had 21 against the Wizards and 32 against the Pacers.
Good. Yep.
Yeah, that's just one game.
Yeah,
that's solid.
That's just one.
Yeah,
that's just one game.
So it's just
10.
1 game. Yeah.
And 10.
The aspect of gravity, though, is what I want to address. Since my major was electrical engineering and physics is my best subject, I'd like to discuss whether or not he creates gravity. He's not even close to creating gravity. In fact, Obi's like 2 magnets repelling each other.
Teams don't really respect Obi's jumper, even if
he does. They do not. So in fact, he's almost like a void out there, not even a black hole, just dark matter sitting there.
It's like after the game when he hit the step back three, they asked him if he had that in his bag. The only reason you would go to a step back is if someone's actually guarding.
Right.
And he wouldn't have to pull that out of his bag.
Right.
Nobody believes in his 3-point shot like that.
Oh man, yeah, he doesn't create gravity.
Wiz,
I know.
Wiz, if you ask me right now, if one guy had to leave the island, Deuce McBride or Obi Toppin, you know who I would say.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I'm right there
You
with
could
you.
only keep one guy, Deuce McBride or Obi Toppin. One of them had to go. And me and Drake had this conversation about how bad Deuce McBride's offense looked at in stretches. And he would still be eating dinner with us while the other guy was off the island.
I know.
Yeah, Deuce McBride.
Deuce not off the island. Deuce is eating out the doggy bowl.
No, he's still on the island though. The other guy is swimming for his life amongst the sharks.
Yep. Obi's swimming.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Obi would be the one.
Right, and I'm not saying that because I'm bashing Obi. I like the Knicks players, bro. I like the Knicks players, but at some point, when you get these opportunities, because we all of us have a hive that we're in, unless you're Wiz and you just cheat on every hive, right? Everybody has a hive that they're in,
hives,
right?
only 3 hives.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Hey, do you, man? Hey, it's your life, man. Life is short. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is everybody has a hive. Like the one Knick player overall that they're going to plant their flag at, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is with the Obi hive, they never consider that this dude gets a bajillion chances. And he doesn't shoot. Man, if Miles McBride got the amount of chances Obi got, bro,
Exactly.
It's crazy. If Miles McBride got the, you know what? If the people that wear the anti-ham sandwich T-shirts, you know,
oh yeah.
You know, hey, Adam, I'm gonna put that in the
You mean the vegans? You might as well call them vegans.
May as well. Adam, I'm going to put that in the store probably in the morning. The ham sandwich with the circle crossed out on it, you'll see it. Right, I'm going to put that in the team in the online marketplace in a little while, bro. If Miles McBride got the same opportunity as Quentin Grimes, I think you're looking at a different player. And that's no knock on Quentin Grimes. What I'm saying is you know when coming into the season, when you're the 4th point guard, you're not really meant to get a lot of chances, right? And I'm talking about to start the season. I know he surpassed Derrick Rose. I know that. We all know that, right? But what I'm saying is ultimately when you start the season as the 4th point guard, it's a long climb to the top of the depth chart. You know that, right?
Yeah, man.
But Obi is the backup for a guy that plays a ton of minutes, right? But the thing is you know you might not slip into his game minutes, but you know cats like that, whenever they do get hurt, they are gone. You feel me? Like they don't get a regular hurt. Like a regular hurt is not going to hurt Randall. Like when Toronto collapsed on him, twisted his ankle, landed on his knee, he got up, walked to half court, walked it off, came back and shot his free throws. Randall is not human. Randall is a machine. But when that machine breaks down, you know you getting all the run while he out. Ain't no day-to-day, ain't no doubtful, ain't no none of that. When Randall get hurt, he gone. He's gone. And in those moments, sometimes Obi will show up and sometimes he won't. And so as a Knicks fan, if you're Obi Hive, you cannot say that Obi doesn't get opportunities because this is the 2nd year in a row that Randall is out for the season.
Yep. And Obi did not show up.
Yep. And it's not a matter of not showing up. It's a matter of you gotta claim the ball. You gotta claim it. There's no way. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what happened tonight. Why he only got 10 shots?
Right.
Oh, he only took 10 shots rather. I mean, he comes back to him though. It's all him.
If man, Wiz, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I'm Obi and I know Randall is out, my goal every night is to average 15 and 15.
Absolutely, exactly.
That's what I'm doing. I'm elbowing Mitch in the lip to get rebounds. Right, I'm making Mitchell Robinson scream out "same" every rebound. If he don't say something, I'm crashing in there. Right? Y'all know how it is when y'all playing. You say "same."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm Obi, I'm giving it everything. I'm not like. Did you see the interview he did? Hey, Dre, did you see the interview he did after the Pacers game?
Yeah.
The one he had the shades on, and they was asking him questions, and Obi was like, "Yo, these shades is fly, right?"
Right.
Did y'all see that?
I know. Yep, you're feeling it.
No, I didn't see that, but
Well, that's a Dre. Listen, I ain't gonna tell. I started to hit you up on Discord when I saw it, bro.
oh my
I
God.
saw that it was like 4:47 in the morning when I saw it, and Obi like, yeah,
He wasn't playing the Pacers that night. He was playing the Fort Wayne Mad Ants that night.
Yeah, he was playing himself that night. He played himself when he said that, bro.
And Freeze, what was your reaction? You was dying laughing?
I was so mad, bro. I almost kicked my dog, and I love my dog, bro. I don't believe in animal abuse. I just had to, bro. I was so mad. I love animals, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I love animals, bro. I was so mad. And then y'all know my knee hurt, so if I kick both of me, I'd have been so hurt on the floor. But Obi up there talking about his shades. This is the same dude that did not dominate in Summer League because he was walking around with a damn man purse.
Oh, man.
Wiz, you remember that? Remember that black man purse?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Everyone else showed up in Summer League, but Obi was just okay. Like,
Obi,
when you're a
Obi's
first round talent.
Obi's
And
defense
then
is
tonight,
horrible.
there's no Randall and there's no Mitch. So the rebounds were there for him to jump in there.
Bro, how do you not go? Oh, my God.
Tibbs knew he wasn't going to be of much use tonight. That's why he only played 27.
I think they're going to decline his option, bro.
I don't believe so. I think they're gonna take it on and then probably flip
and then flip him. Yeah, flip him.
Because if you don't accept his option and you lose all rights to even like his restricted free agency, like it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense from a basketball standpoint, like because remember we didn't even decline Frank Ntilikina.
Oh my gosh.
We gave Frank Ntilikina his 4th-year option.
Yeah.
So
and that man was horrible.
Yeah.
So
extremely horrible.
Oh, man.
Every time he steps the floor, he's horrible.
Every time he gets on the court in the last minute of the games, other teams' point guards blow right by him for whatever reason. It happened tonight against the Bulls.
Exactly. and he can shoot. Not new kid cannot shoot.
So basically what you're saying, Freeze, is everyone who's been talking about, like, it only puts up like 10 points in 15 minutes or like 12 points, and they go, oh, you're per 36? Per 36? Let's do the same for his rebounding.
What's
his rebounding per 36 right now? 1.5?
I mean, stats like per 36 is like for dudes that have hives. If you're in a hive, you go by per 36. That's like saying Miles McBride averaged 20, 10, and 10 per 36.
You got to go 100 possessions, not that per 36 stuff.
Yeah.
You got to go per 100 possessions.
I mean, come on, bro.
And
well, that means Obi would watch. Obi, the rebounding is gonna, the hive is gonna be okay. Forget the rebounding.
Freezie, I would be knowing how this whole organization is. Like it's like mob ties at some point.
Yeah.
And Obi's agent is Leon Rose's son. Like he's gonna get his option. They're not gonna play with Obi money like that.
No, they ain't gonna play with his money. No, I know that. I understand that part. The thing that I don't understand is we make 1,000 excuses for all these players, and it's all the same excuse all the time. Yo, they need it. You got to give them the opportunity. Play the kids, blah, 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 play the kids. And then dudes get the opportunity and they don't show up. And then everybody is like, well, blame the coach.
Exactly.
It's the coach's fault that he can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time.
Would y'all like to see Obi and McBride back next season? No. I don't.
I like Obi and McBride. What I'm saying is
what's the difference between the both? McBride's defense is outstanding, and Obi's defense is crap.
Right, but what I'm saying
we want to get
is when given the opportunity to perform, you got to do what you do best. Because we're only fans because you show that you have talent. Now, when you get the opportunity, to showcase that talent and you don't, we walk back as fans, or we do like Wiz and make 1,000 excuses.
Yeah, I did just pause you when you said OnlyFans. What about that OnlyFans? You got OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Freezie. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. We all right. We all right. The thing is, Adam, with that one, you didn't want to compare both of them in the same conversation because, in fairness to Obi, Obi's situation is not like Deuce McBride's, right?
Exactly.
Because in with Deuce McBride, you're in a point guard wing era. You're no longer in a big man era. So even though there's more competition out there for Deuce McBride, there's also more opportunity, right?
Right.
And
if
so,
must say, Freezie, if you're a big man, you got to be outrageously gifted offensively, like Karl Towns.
Yep. Or you got to be an energy bag. You got to be 10 and 10. You got to be like 10 and 10. Like for instance, Obi Toppin and I think Robert Williams are about the same size, right? I think Robert Williams might outweigh him by what, 10, 15 pounds, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
But Robert Williams is not 7'2".
No, he's 6'9".
Right.
He's 6'9".
Right. Yeah, and so Robert Williams plays like a maniac in the post. And
he plays big.
And they used to call him lazy. Remember, he was on the verge of getting cut, and all of a sudden he flipped the switch, and now he's invaluable to them.
He was late to his own press conference. That's why they call him Time Lord.
Yeah.
That's literally why they call him Time Lord, because he was late to his own press conference.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And so even with that, the Celtics wanted to trade up in the draft to draft Onyeka Okongwu, right, to replace him, right. The Celtics were looking to trade up to get Jalen Smith to replace him, right. Right. All these dudes are about the same size as Obi. Obi has more athleticism than them guys. He's faster than those guys. He jumps higher, more positive attitude than those guys, right? And he's the least effective of them, right? And the reason is because those guys have this innate thing to be tough. Obi just don't do it.
Exactly.
Also, Obi is like 3 years older than all of them.
All of them.
Wow.
I mean,
when Obi was drafted, he's about their ages right now.
Yep.
So
actually, no. Obi was older than him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's older than them by like 2-3 years each of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was older when he was drafted by.
But I'm saying, yeah. Obi was drafted at 22. He was 22.
Yeah.
22, maybe not 23, right? Was Obi 23 when he got drafted?
I think it was 22.
Mm-hmm.
I'll 22 that summer.
I'll be nice. Yeah, I'll be nice and give him 22.
He turned 23 before the playoffs started. Obi's a spring baby. I think so. He turned 23 in March. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so that means now Obi is what, 25?
Yeah. I'm 26. Yeah.
Obi Toppin and Isaiah Hartenstein are the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Obi Toppin and Mitch are the same age.
And Mitch Robinson technically came to the league late.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something missing.
Yeah. And so I'm not bashing, and so Chad, I'm not bashing Obi. These are one of the conversations, like, just listen to the conversation. Is one of the things that we just want more from Obi. And I'm not saying Obi is the reason why we lost. And maybe I'm bitter after a losing streak. I'm like most Knicks fans. Every time the Knicks in the losing streak, we get bitter. We want to fire everybody. Everybody getting pink slip.
No.
I just went in the kitchen and saw my pink slip on the table. Everybody getting fired.
Yeah, man.
Right. Everybody getting pink slips when the losing streak is over.
And then you look at Jericho Sims.
I'm saying if you
Isaiah.
get. Oh, my bad, Adam. Go ahead, finish it.
You look at Jericho Sims, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Mitchell Robinson. Tibbs is not going to play with three of those guys, right? So, do you think one of those guys got to go?
No.
You would keep both of them?
Teams keep three centers, and Sims makes like nothing. Like his money is nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
$2 million. Yeah,
He doesn't get a lot of
comfortable.
playing
He'll
time.
sit there.
Yeah,
He's comfortable. He's okay. He understands.
Like relative to the landscape of the league, he has 2 more years on his deal, and he makes nothing. So he's gonna be here.
Right.
And
he knows his limitations. I think Sims understands his position. I mean, what was he? 54, number 54 drafted.
Something like
and
58.
4 years senior.
58.
Sims.
Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's good, man. He's got a man. He was happy to get a contract, man. Right. He was happy to get a contract. That doesn't happen to 58 draft picks too often. Yeah. And you're in New York City.
If you guys are gonna lose your mind, my bad, Wiz. But if you guys are gonna lose your mind, imagine if you lose like what energy will you have if you were to lose the first season? Then what? What would you have left?
You mean in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my response to that. It depends. You lose. Again, my only thing I critique is how the game was played. Like right now, RJ is 0 for 9. Obi's lack of drive of dog. It's not like we're
aggressiveness.
So that's how we come back. If they play like Josh Hart did when he first started, if Josh Hart played in a playoff game 7 like his first game here, I'd be like, oh, that was a great game. Thank you. Thank you. If the team plays like that around, I'll be like, thank you. I'm happy.
This is like a weird analogy, Wiz, but like if Obi was a football team, he'd be like the San Diego Chargers or something. where when it's going right, it looks pretty and nice. It's crisp offense. But when the game gets rugged and tough and they get punched in their mouth and it's snowing outside and they can't play when it's not 70 degrees and spotless outside with no rain, it looks terrible. Obi is a finesse football team. That's what he is.
Man.
So do you guys want to see the same? Did you guys want to see the same roster for next season?
I think if you ask me, I think we're gonna see relatively the same roster.
Oh God.
With minor changes like removing Derrick Rose and.
Hey,
the question though is, do you want to see it, or
it's dependent. It is solely dependent on this playoff run.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, I agree. But so the Obi Hive is in the building. The Obi Hive is stirred up in the chat. Wiz, hey Wiz, when we started this live stream, when it was you, Mets, and myself in the chat, right? You noticed who I said was the culprit by default, right? For this game.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yep.
So just as a refresher, Dre, y'all were not here, right? But just as a refresher,
me and Dre wasn't here.
No, y'all wasn't here.
No.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, y'all wasn't here.
I wasn't here either.
Do we need to refresh?
No, I was wondering why. I was wondering why Adam cut me off because he wasn't here. But anyway.
No, I didn't cut you off. I'm just saying that Dre and I wasn't there when you and Mets and Wisdom was hatching it out.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. We knew that already. That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
So what I told Wiz, when we broke things down, when we took out all the individual parts for the reason why this thing happened the way it happened tonight, the reason why this thing occurred, we looked at all the parts. You know how you take the engine apart and put it on the shop floor so that you can repair each part and then put it back together? The main reason we saw was not Obi Toppin. It was R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett came back and the ball stopped. All of a sudden, the ball stopped moving. Right? You got three guys. They play against Indiana. Mind you, they had Mitch Robinson. Right? R.J. wasn't there. The ball was moving. You got three guys scored 32 points. R.J. Barrett comes back.
But it was Indiana, and the Pelicans are like a top 10 defense.
I know, Dre. You gotta let me get to my point. That's the. I
already
said that already.
You got it.
Yeah,
my fault.
Yeah, I was saying it as a refresher.
Okay, I'm letting you cook.
Okay. Yeah, me and Wiz had already talked about that. That was one of the points that we got to. I'm just.
Right.
Now, mind you, this Pelicans team is a better team, probably the hottest team in the NBA, and they are motivated. They have something to play for. And they are a bad matchup for a team that doesn't have taller players on it. For the most part,
right.
This team without Mitch is a short, finesse-type team. Right?
Yep.
We just like the wings in space.
Right. And with that said, R.J. Barrett was here. Our tall center was not. And R.J. Barrett, it basically played into their hands. I told Dre before this game, I was like, I ain't worried about Brandon Ingram. And listen, Dre, I told him several times.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Brandon Ingram. I'm thinking we're gonna shut that down. And my thought was I thought we were gonna win this game by 35. I was so confident about us winning this game by 35. I wasn't even worried about watching the game.
But you forgot that Obi and Fournier have to play defense, and then
but Dre, you know the reason why I was confident.
Right.
I did not think R.J. Barrett was playing.
Yeah,
and that's no shot on R.J.
Now,
that I thought that the vibes that were. Hold on. Where's that? Relax. What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna save you before you go. One statement. You love RJ. And then, okay, go ahead.
No, Wiz, what I'm saying is, I thought the vibes that were created in the Indiana game were transferable to a game against the Pelicans, right? I'm not saying that each player was going to get 30. I'm talking about the on-the-court chemistry between those three players would travel from one game to another. That was my mindset. But anytime you add a ball stopper into a free-flowing offense, the free flow is completely gone. There is no halfway. Right? There is no halfway. Once Obi, Grimes quickly play a free-flowing game where everybody gets looks, the ball keep moving, all you have to add is one ball stopper. And it turns a Mike D'Antoni type offense scoring 138 to a team to a slugfest against a team that can't shoot the three, and you only score 105. That's what I thought. I thought we was gonna come in here high-fiving and then kicking it all night. I ain't gonna lie, that was my expectation. But you add one ball stopper, and that ball stopper is R.J. Barrett. And I'm not knocking R.J. Barrett. Y'all know I like R.J. Barrett.
The golden child.
The golden child.
You add the golden child into the lineup, and it just totally messed up the game.
Messes
the
up
game
the flow of the offense. One night you score 138, the next night you score 105. What's the difference? The difference is
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Freezie. I think we were gonna lose regardless.
No, I mean, and I respect.
But we might have lost in like a different way, though. Like, it wouldn't look like this for sure.
We'd have probably lost like 138, 131, right? But the offense would have looked different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. See, Dre, I already told Freezie during the game whether the Knicks win or lose. I could care less.
I mean, you shouldn't.
I,
This game ultimately means nothing.
no, the game doesn't mean nothing to the Knicks. The game mean a lot to the Pelicans.
Right. And I would even challenge Adam. I'm going to challenge you. If R.J. Barrett plays Sunday against this
Oh
same
my
team,
God!
and the
Please
offense
don't.
doesn't look the same, let's harken back to this conversation that we're having early on a Saturday morning.
Exactly.
But Freezy, if RJ just made 3 threes out of all of those bricks, you would have like damn near 120 points. So,
But
yeah,
Dre,
but
the
0 for 9.
because a lot of his shots were all based off of just ball movement.
But
and him
Dre,
just
but the
missing.
point I made was not about winning or losing. It was about the flow of the offense.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if he were to just make those shots that were generated off of the looks that he was getting wide open, we would be having a different story in terms of the offense.
You mean if R.J. Barrett would have unclogged the offense?
Yeah, if R.J. Barrett would have just hit his wide open catch and shoot threes that were generated from the offense.
How much? 33%. Just 33% shooter.
If he shot 33% or 30%, 3 out of 10, then we would have a different conversation about
that's right, 30%.
Offense.
Exactly.
What I'm saying, and
he scored 105 because he shot terribly from 3.
And even like what B-Baller for Real is saying about Obi, like we might not have been spending time killing Obi. What I'm saying is, B-Baller for Real, think about what I'm saying. Like, listen, hear me out on this. If RJ was not there to clog up the offense, you're absolutely right. We wouldn't have been spending time talking about Obi. Because Obi probably would have got more shots in a free-flowing offense. Now, will we still have lost? Maybe.
It would have been because Obi went from 43 minutes to the last game to 27. So just by him playing in a more free-flowing offense, he would have got more opportunities to get his, and they also would have had more opportunities to score. Because to be absolutely honest, RJ's defense was pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
Relatively. Outside, it was pretty good compared to Obi's.
When I saw RJ tonight, his defense looked good. Not just well. Let me say, I think RJ's on-ball defense was pretty good, but I think the team defense, the defense as a whole,
there was breakdowns.
Yeah, especially Evan Fournier.
Oh God, don't even.
His defense is abysmal.
And mind you, I saw the start of the game, and then I left and. Because I knew the Knicks were going to beat this team by 35. That was my mindset, everybody. Listen, my mindset was not this is going to be a dogfight to the wire. I only changed that mindset when I saw the Pelicans jump out to a lead, the Knicks reel them in. Then the Pelicans jump out to a lead, and the Knicks reel them in. And
you
then
probably
at the
didn't
third
think Knicks would miss the game either, too.
Right. So I saw a lot of it. I wasn't focused in on the game, but the most part I probably saw out of the 48 minutes, I probably saw about 30 minutes of the game. Now, and I'm talking about 30 actual NBA minutes, not real time. So I probably saw like an hour and a half of the game. Right?
Yeah.
My thing is, yeah. Sit RJ in this last game and watch what Obi does, and then revisit what we're saying right now.
I think that RJ is going to play and try to get 40 so he can average 20 for the season.
Oh, God.
I'm being dead serious too. I'm not trolling at all.
So how many points?
And especially because RJ shot terribly tonight, he's gonna want to get back in some sort of rhythm.
So how many points does he need to get back to 20?
Exactly.
Probably 40 or 40 somewhere.
What's he average? I'm gonna see what he's averaging right now.
19.6.
19.6. And then how many games did he play? So he played. You know what? Let me do it on my phone. I'm gonna do it on my phone because I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up the thing. But I'm gonna find out.
That's a scary statement, Dre.
If I'm RJ, I will sit this final game out. Prepare himself for the playoffs. That's if I'm RJ. I wouldn't even think about want to be in the lineup for Sundays. There's no need for RJ to play Sunday. For what for? to get himself hurt.
Other teams play it out just to keep rhythm and stay sharp. Like the Bulls sat all their guys tonight.
Yeah, and the Suns too.
Okay, listen, Adam. They sat them tonight, but they brought them. They're gonna bring them back on Sunday. It's like a rehearsal for the playoffs.
So RJ played 71 games, right? And so in order for him to average 20, he's got to do 71 times 20. That's the amount of points he needs. So 71 times 20. He needs 1,420 points. So he needs 1420, right? And I'm gonna see where his total is right now. So his season total for points at the moment is 1385. Right?
So he needs 50. Oh wait, 1385. He needs 45.
1385.
45.
So yeah, that sounds about. So 1420 minus 1385 is 35 points.
Oh.
35 points, bro.
It wouldn't be.
That's how he's going off tonight.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Freezie, I would not.
Oh, wait. I think my math is off. I didn't count the game he'll be playing. Hold on.
Yeah, if it was just 35, you could book it that he's gonna go.
You would. He probably went for it tonight. So 7.
When he's going for it, that's you feel if he did like 30 something tonight, he'd produce 30 Sunday.
So he needs 55.
But actually,
he's not getting that.
I think he's going for it, bro.
No, 30-80.
Do you think RJ's going to score 55?
And there's no incentive, by the way, Baller.
No. He's 30. What's his total right now?
His
1385, right?
1385 is his total at the moment.
But 1420 minus 1385 is 35.
No, Wiz, but we're counting his current totals. You have to count that game also.
Right.
I know, right? So 1385 he has right now. You said it, right?
Right, and so it's that will be game 72 for RJ. So it's 72 times 20.
Oh, a game. Yeah. Oh, yes, right. So it'll be 1440.
Right.
Okay, so 55. So if he does 50, will it approximately be 19.9?
It'll show 19.9 on his record, though. It'll show 19.9.
Oh, the one round it up, huh?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Okay, he may try to round it up. Let's see. Will he try to round it up?
No, because in theory, think about it. In theory, if he just scored 19.6 on Sunday, they would just round it up to 20, right? Bro,
I'm about to look up his totals and try to get it all the way right, because he is at 1385, but you didn't add up what he got tonight, Freezie. On Basketball Reference, they have not updated tonight's point total.
I'm at ESPN. I use ESPN.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Basketball Reference, and they have not put up tonight's total, so you got to add 28 to 1385. And that would be his 72nd game of the year. He's going to finish with 73 games after Sunday. He missed 9 games this year with that hand injury thing.
Okay. All right. So so let's look at the baseline totals, right? So so basically what you're telling me is that RJ Barrett, right, after tonight has 1,414 points. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
14, and he's played 72 games.
Yeah, he needs 45 points, basically. Okay. Or 45, 46. You said he was at 14, 13.
14, 13.
After tonight.
Okay, so he's at 14, 13.
And he needs to get to 1460.
14.
For 73 times 20.
4. And so 73
times 20 is 1460.
Okay.
And then you subtract the 2, and it's.
I got you. I just want to do the
Yeah,
challenge.
he needs 47. He needs 47.
And you don't think he's gonna go, Adam? You don't think he's gonna go for that against the Pacers, bro? Yep. Book it. Book it, bro.
He gonna try.
I think that cat gonna take 47 shots. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think, yeah. Hey, I appreciate y'all helping me with the math, right? But yeah, I think RJ Barrett gonna take 47 shots, bro. Yep. And Adam, you know what else he's gonna do? He's gonna hit his free throws in a meaningless game and make you mad as hell. RJ out here looking like Larry Bird at the free throw line.
You gotta remember, it's the Pacers, so they're not even really gonna try for real.
It would be nice to see RJ hit 50 points.
Let
Sunday afternoon.
Let RJ get 22, 23 and a half on decent splits. They're gonna keep feeding him. You know, IQ is gonna keep feeding him too. They're gonna keep passing
they
the
think
ball.
why y'all think I'm bashing? Oh, come on, man. Is this really what we doing out here?
It's not bashing, man.
Not you, John. I'm saying. But I just saw a couple comments in the chat. Cass is legit think I'm bashing the Knicks, bro. Where are y'all? Are y'all like jumping in, listening to 2 minutes, and then summarizing the entire conversation? I mean, come on, bro.
People don't want us to talk about RJ's accolades and any achievements. It's bash RJ night.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. And Knicks, and it's not just me. It's all the content creators, everybody that do this thing. Like they be like, yo, Uncle Freezie, yo, they listen to like 30 seconds of the conversation and type a paragraph in the chat. Yeah, I know. Come on, bro. We got to be more. Come on, man. This can't be what we doing out here. Y'all that comfortable now with content creation, like with stuff that people listen to like 2 minutes and then write 8 minutes worth of dialogue and then come on, man. That's where we at, Knicks fan. Ain't no peace.
You guys gotta have a little levity, man. This game really didn't mean
Relax, bro. Listen, relax, or at least ask. Like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah, I was talking to another content creator the other day. No lie, a content creator the other day was like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless what topic they brought up, regardless what the topic was, cats in the chat was just like, no, we don't agree. And so what he did was he was like, yo, talking backstage, he was like, yo, I'm gonna just throw this out there and watch they just not agree for the sake of not agreeing. And he just put a thing out there, knowing that it wasn't real. And then Cass was like, nah, man, you crazy. And I was like, boom, there it is. You can't be a people pleaser. That's why I'm gonna just keep it a buck, 24/7. Just have fun doing it. It just for my people in the chat that rock with me, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all. For the ones that just want to just argue for the sake of arguing, ain't no peace for y'all. Ain't no peace. I'm sorry, ain't no peace for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
The only person finding peace tonight is Mark Cuban.
Right, because he tanked.
Oh man, what a clown! But
yeah, man.
If you were watching it, they showed his reaction to like the situation, like he was smirking and laughing about it.
Right.
If you look at my avatar in StreamYard, that is his actual reaction when they missed the game time 3.
What?
Yeah. When his team missed the game time 3, that was his reaction. And Kyrie was next to him, like giggling as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kyrie's staying.
Yeah. You think so?
He getting that bag. Yeah, he getting that bag.
Yeah.
They're desperate. They have no other means.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, so man, I am so ready for these playoffs to start, man. I'm so excited
Me too.
about the squad. And yo, for a lot of people in the chat, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Every time the Knicks end up winning streak, we always get, for some reason, get crusty or sensitive about something. It's like, and then
Crabby.
yeah, and when we point it out, I think you know what I'm saying, we get a little bit salty. But in my mind, that is a good thing because that means we're not used to losing.
We have expectations now.
Yeah, that right. That means we have expectations now. That is a good thing, right? That is a good thing that we have expectations, man. That is a excellent thing. Oh wow.
But you also got to have a little perspective too.
Yeah.
You're seeing the video, right?
Yeah. I gotta turn it down before YouTube strike.
Yeah, it goes crazy on you. Yeah.
And yo, I don't even know how they got to that point though. I don't even know how they got to that point, man.
You know how they got to that point? They put a lineup of 5 guards out there, legitimately.
Right.
Around 6'7" and under.
Yeah.
And then they just started getting dominated on the glass, and then they were told them to just keep chucking threes.
Yeah.
Like bad shot attempts.
Yeah. They were tanking, bro. They trying to keep
it was Jaden, what's his name on that team? That young guy off the bench.
Hardy.
Jaden Hardy had an amazing first half. What rookie at the end of season does not play? When they barely played all year, and then they're starting to play their best basketball of their young careers, right? They immediately benched him at halftime, and you never saw him again because he was ruining the tank.
Yep. Yeah, they tanking, bro. And speaking of which, we're gonna do a featurette tomorrow with We Talk Mavs to discuss
the flagrant tanking.
Yes. So there'll be a whole lot of slow singing and flower bringing tomorrow. Between two fan bases that should be neutral towards each other, but all of a sudden,
the Mark Cuban circus is the reason why we're still intertwined at this point.
B-Baller for real says all the chats trying to be politically correct except for free. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's just hard to B-Baller for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just tough to please 3,000 different personalities at one time. It's hard to try to please 3,000 different personalities and
without compromising who you are as a person.
and without being phony.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things, man. We just wanna you know what I'm saying, try to tell the truth how we see it. And do that on a night to night basis. You know what I'm saying? They try to do that on a night to night basis. That's all it is. Sometimes cats are gonna be like when y'all listen, when y'all be in the chat talking about IQ like that, I'm thinking the same thing. Why do you talk about IQ like that? Like the Obi Hive? The Obi Hive legit is like, yo, why are they talking about Obi like that? And then when y'all be talking about IQ, I be like, yo, why do you talk about IQ like that? Everybody just not gonna agree all the time, bro. It's just It's just one of them things. We just gonna keep rocking with each other, bro, and respect the grind and respect the hustle. Like we be here and rocking with each other every day.
You can disagree with people, but you can still have to respect them.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing about me, and the thing I will say, because I watched other shows today, and I generally don't, because I don't want to compromise myself. And then I don't want to get angry either at how some of the chats get treated. But the thing I notice here about the chat is that we consistently and consciously read the chat and keep everybody involved. Like I'm not just gonna flash comments real fast on the screen like, yo, such and such, yeah. Nah, man, we'll read like when the comments, bro, and stop the show and start chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Start chopping it up about what such and such said. right? And I know that's not the way things are supposed to be done, but I don't do stuff the way that things are supposed to be done by others. I do stuff my way. So, and you know, and it's not that you know I'm doing it my way because you know what I'm saying I'm trying to build a cult following. I feel like Knicks fans need to have their opinions be heard. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Knicks fans just need to have their opinions heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why a lot of different people come on the show. You know what I'm saying?
A wide variety of perspective and opinions, all with respect,
right,
and love.
Yo, I will even change my mind based on something somebody said.
But that's new information.
Yeah, it's new.
Like
it's new intel. It's new intel. We be wanting that.
Some people just don't. Some people rather just be hard headed. I saw a statistic tonight, Freezie. All three Texas teams will miss the playoffs for the first time in history.
What?
At the same time.
Wow.
There's never been a time where the Rockets, Dallas, and Spurs were all bad.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Somebody's hey man, child say, watch Freezie be praising RJ tomorrow. Yeah, RJ, my guy, I keep telling y'all that.
That's the golden child.
I can't. Yeah, that's my guy. that's my guy, man. I mean, I can't be critical of a player that I. Oh, you know what? I forgot the rules. If you like someone, you can't criticize them. Is that a rule? That's the rule, right?
It might as well be.
That's the rule. If you like somebody, you can't ever criticize them. That's just. hey man, it is, you know.
Man purse topping.
Oh my God.
Let Obi Toppin enjoy his man purses and his glasses.
Right. And Nick Yak says something too. This is the type of stuff that I respect, right? So Nick Yak says, yo, that's why I believe what I believe, and I believe until I see differently, like with Cam, I stand my ground. That's what I be wanting y'all to do. That's the type of chat that I like. Right? That's the type of chat. That's why I encourage it. I encourage that part of it. I'm not really like that thin-skinned dude that, you know, if y'all have your own opinion, I don't need to go outside and smoke a cigarette, man. I'm cool with it, right? I don't. Quite honestly, I prefer that better than can we all just get along. I like that. Right, yeah, I like the interaction in the chat. I be encouraging it, and sometimes it drives people away from the chat. Like people are so strong-willed in the chat, it'll drive others away. But you know, it's one of them things where, you know, it's my preference. You know what I'm saying? So, but Dre, so do we believe RJ is gonna shoot for 47? Is that what RJ needs?
Yeah.
What Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
If he plays, and it's dependent on how he starts out in the first quarter. If he gets to 15 points in the first quarter, yep, he's gonna start chucking immediately. More than what he normally does. If he plays, if he gets on a roll, then he's just gonna keep going till he gets 50 points or whatever. Then phrase it as, oh, I was just trying to get 50.
Yeah, I think we're all in a different place. Yeah. I'm just gonna say that I think he's going for it out the gate. Yeah. I think he knew that in tonight's game. It's the reason why he was 0 for 9. Right? And the reason why I say that is because RJ Barrett rarely takes 9 3-pointers in a game.
Yeah,
and misses every
especially
single
if he
one.
misses. If RJ misses his first 4,
then he's
he'll
0
slow
for 4.
down.
Yeah, he's 0 for
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, but he was 0 for 9.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah. I think
But I also feel like he was shooting it like he knew these games didn't really matter. So in his head, like I feel like he knew these games didn't really matter in terms of standing.
Okay.
So it's like, why not? I'm out here. I'm gonna be here for a while.
Right.
It's not gonna affect our standings. I want to win the game, so might as well take it. I'm open.
Right. Hey, let me shift gears just a tad bit. I just want to shift a little bit to get into a conversation, which is more like a summertime conversation. But I want to ask you guys in chat, y'all bear with me on this. Just go with me on this because I think it's gonna to kind of drive the conversation a little bit.
Before you do that, Freezie, can I just add to the RJ thing real quick? If RJ somehow scores 30 points in the first half, I think he has a shot.
I mean, if he scores 30
if
points
he scores,
in the half,
if he scores 30 points in the first half, he probably has a shot for 50 points or more.
I would think so, Adam. That's half of
Yeah.
and a half.
Well, yeah. But RJ really has to knock down the shots for him to go for what he's going for.
Well, he's gonna get the shot attempts. It's up to him to make them. So.
It's up to him to make it, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Right for you.
Right.
Yeah. So
I don't know if
RJ can do it.
If RJ can get 30, what if he gets 29?
If he gets 29 at the half, I think he still has a shot.
So what if he gets 28?
I still think he has a shot.
Right.
25.
If he scores a lot of points, Adam, he has a shot.
So you're saying is because basically what you're saying is if there's a reasonable chance he can score the 47 in that game, then he'll go for it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what we had been saying.
If he's feeling it, he will go for it.
Yeah. That's what we had been saying though. Ever since we was like doing the numbers, if it's reasonable, of course he's gonna go for it.
But if he only scores 15 points in the first half, no, that's going to be a long climb from 15 points to 47.
Well, he's gonna get enough shot attempts to get 25 points. It's up to him to just score.
The point is, can he hit the shots consistently?
But yeah,
what's his career high?
40, I think 47 on the Miami Heat.
I think it's 46.
Yeah, it was yeah. And if he would have hit free throws, he would have had 50.
He would have had 54.
That's another thing. That's another thing. He has to knock down every free throw at the free throw line that he gets opportunity to. He has to knock every single one of them.
It's gonna be like the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game where he just hit every free throw.
Yeah, RJ cannot afford to not even miss not even one free throw. He has to hit every single one.
Yeah, I don't know.
He can do it.
I don't know if they do the roundup. It's got to be. I think it's got to be like 1999 or something. It can't be like 1991.
No, it has to be 1999.
Yeah.
At 1995. That's where he.
Okay.
It's round up. You round up after 4.
So it's gonna be 1999. Like 44 points.
Yeah, 45 or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So let me ask y'all this question, and I know it's a summertime topic, right? But why is it that all of a sudden this generation of fans have created hives to insulate themselves?
Because people love confirmation bias.
Okay.
And if you ever noticed, the people that are the leaders of misinformation, like flat earthers or things like that of that nature, they literally look up things to back up their thoughts in their heads already, which is what stan culture is and hives and all this stuff. They will go out their way to find things to bolster their already preconceived notions and opinions to feel better about themselves. That's legitimately why.
Because I asked that. That's a great explanation, right? Because when I encountered this it's 2023, right? So I encountered this in about 2014 is when I encountered it, right? So that's like, what, 9 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Time flies.
So I encountered the beginning of the hives then in like 2014 going into, when did Porzingis get drafted? 2015, right?
Yeah, 2015.
So that's
draft.
exactly the time frame. So the Knicks had a terrible roster. Y'all remember the 2014 Knicks? Not 13-14. I'm talking about 14-15.
Yeah, the Jerry and Grant Knicks.
Oh, I almost threw up. Oh, God.
The Courtney Lee Knicks.
Oh, my. Oh, God. This was even before Frank and them.
The Sasha Vujacic Knicks.
I'm gonna Google them right quick, and oh my God, this thing is turning my stomach. Let me see. Yep, the 14-15 Knicks. That 14-15 Knicks team had Quincy Acey, Cole Aldridge, Lou Amundsen, Carmelo, Bargiani, Calderon, Dallin Bear, Early.
But no.
Callaway.
KP was the 16 draft because we never had a draft pick that year because remember we had Bargnani. We traded our first that year for him.
No, he was a free agent that summer. 15.
Okay.
15. He left in 15 in the draft.
14. Okay, 14.
Yeah.
15. Right.
Yeah.
Alexi Shved.
Yeah, and Travis Ware. And Jason Smith.
I'm thinking about the year after when we had Aaron Aflalo, Lou Robinson.
Right.
Jimmer Fredette.
Right. And what I was gonna get at is during the spring or like right around January of that stuff on Twitter, cats were legit in a hive. There was a hive of Pablo Prigioni, Alexei Shved, and Jose Calderon, I think.
There was a Jose Calderon hive? I feel like everybody hated
I'm talking
Jose.
about it was a group hive. It was a group hive of like 3 or 4 Euro players that fans were clamoring for the Euro style of basketball. And then there was the old school fans that were like, run it back, reunite Knicks tape. Let's do Knicks tape all over again. Anybody remember that? Like you remember there was the Knicks tape year, and Roy Hibbert at the rim.
They wanted us to bring Raymond Felton back.
A group that wanted to maybe not Felton, but try to recreate Knicks tape. Right?
Oh, are you talking about like when we had gotten Brandon Jennings? Like moves like that?
Yeah, I think they were. You remember how Knicks tape was created, right? Well,
yeah, it was by Iman Shumpert.
Going out, and I'm talking about the theory of it is going out and getting a whole bunch of 1-year veterans, 1-year rental type guys.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like the Rasheed Wallace type dudes.
Like mercenaries.
Yes. To put around cats and see if you could run it back with Melo. And then you had the cats that wanted to play the Euro ball. They're like, Euro ball is the wave. They were like, yo, you got to score 100 points in the game. If you don't score 100 points a game, you're going to lose. Right?
Which is semi-correct, but yeah.
But it was the early stages, though. Is what it was. And so there was a high.
It was right before the Warriors started dominating, basically.
because
or that year when they did.
Who's the starting center? Was it? So I'm looking at Jason Smith. I'm looking at Samuel D'Alembert, and I'm looking at
D'Alembert.
Bargiani and Cole Aldridge, right? Oh
it
my
was
God,
it was
terrible.
It was D'Alembert, and then he got hurt, and then it became Cole Aldridge.
Right. I thought right. The dude he averaged 2 points a game for the other team. You remember Cole Aldridge? Every game he would tip the ball into the other team basket. You're like, what you doing, bro? You a double agent?
The big guy with no a missing tooth.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And
how do you make a million in just minimum salary and you out here toothless? How does that make sense?
I don't know.
They have insurance when you make it to the NBA.
Right. Bro, I don't know. Is he fake tough? I don't know. He wasn't that, but anyway, there was a Euro hive that wanted Stoudemire at the 5, Melo at the 4, and a bunch of shooters around those three.
A horrendous idea.
Right, because Amari wasn't guarding anybody in the post, and neither is Melo. Quite frankly. Right.
The only thing Melo did as far as defense was that swipe up move. That's it.
That's it. Right.
And nobody does it either, even though it was pretty effective.
Right, but they wanted Alexei Shved to play point. Chat, y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Cats wanted Alexei Shved to play point guard for the Knicks? I think Alexei Shved was 6'9", 6'8", 6'7"?
I don't believe he was that tall. I think he was 6'5".
You sure?
6 or around 6'7".
6.
But I don't believe he was.
So so they listed him at 6'6". Okay, whatever. He was a tall dude.
Yeah, he was a big guard.
They wanted him to play. They wanted him to play the point, right? I think that the lineup that would be featured would be Shved, Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Carmelo, and Amari Stoudemire. Right? And so there was a hive on Twitter, right? They were like, no matter what the outcome of the game was, whether we won or lost, that hive only pointed out what that lineup, that hive would do. Right? Period. No matter, you could win by 30, you can lose by 30, but the hive only pointed out those numbers. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is weird. What is this? And then when you and Dre, here's the thing, how I didn't know it was a hive until I got stung. This is where I met FreeKeith, right? This is where me and FreeKeith met at. Leading up to the draft, you knew Karl Anthony Towns was the number 1 pick. Right? Right. You knew Karl Anthony Towns was the number 1 pick. But there was this guard out of Ohio State that looked different. Right, you're like,
was it D'Angelo Russell?
Yep. And then the Duke had a big man that was he had Tim Duncan post moves in college, and people were like, if he might be something, if the game don't change underneath him. Unfortunately, the game changed underneath him. And then there was this mystery big that was 7'5". Without shoes on, and there was these tapes in the gym, and he was doing crossovers and step back and dunking backwards at the rim and all this stuff. And people were and Phil Jackson was that ain't gonna last. Yeah. That right there. That man 7'5" doing all that stuff. That is not gonna last. There is no. And chat, listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out on this. Phil Jackson said, now mind you, this is 8 or 9 years ago? Phil Jackson said a 7'5" guy that can dribble, pass, and shoot with that athleticism will never last in the NBA. Right? Now, I merely pointed out there was a conversation on Twitter, and I went into that conversation on Twitter and said, well, how about we get that point guard out of China, the dude that was the number 1 point guard in high school basketball, the dude that was supposed to go to SMU, and he messed around and went to China. How about the Knicks go get him? Yeah. That's what I said. I'm not saying I was right. Listen, when you tell a fact.
Hey, look, man. At the time, I like the idea of Moutier because he was a super athletic guard and he had
Right.
point guard abilities. We were just hoping his jump shot would come across, and it never did.
And you had no idea that once he started getting paid, he was gonna get fat. You had no idea that was gonna happen.
As soon as he, and this is where like Michael Malone actually he puts his foot down. Like it's a meritocracy over there in Denver.
Right.
If you ball, it don't matter where you draft it, you gonna play.
Yep.
If you don't ball, you're not gonna play, and we're gonna trade you too.
Right. And while I recount the facts, I'm not gonna change what was said. Like I'm not gonna change the facts if I was wrong. I'm gonna tell the whole thing in this, and I'm gonna tell the complete truth. Right. There is this high school kid that went to China. Right. Point guard. At the time they were saying he was 6'5". A 6'5" athletic point guard out of high school, number one high school prospect. Blase, blase, blah, boom, boom, boom. D'Angelo Russell went to Ohio State. He was the number 2 point guard, right? But then there's a secret player, a 6'8" wing player, that they said is a mix between Drazen Petrovic and Michael Jordan. They called this
Super Mario?
Yes. Listen, I'm not. Hey, Dre, I'm not gonna listen. If I was wrong, then I'm gonna admit that I was wrong. Then, right? I was like, yo, because I bought into the hype.
We thought he was Luka before Luka.
Bro, we thought he was Luka with Jordan athleticism, bro. Right? So the thing is the Euro Hive on Twitter, which I didn't know was a hive, right? I went into one of their chats. I think the Knicks lost, but Melo may have gone for like 40. Melo may have had like 40 and 20 or something. And the team was terrible. Right? And so I go into the thing on Twitter and I say, yeah, this Euro thing, I don't know. I think Euros are soft. I just think we need to either go with either Moutier or the kid from Duke. Right?
And they tried to eat you alive.
And tried.
They did.
Adam, they didn't try to eat me alive, bro. They ate me alive. Bro, I would legit put my phone on the dresser and come back. And when I come back, the light wouldn't come on because the phone would be dead.
Freezie, you know what's funny? That those same people were probably the same ones that wanted Ricky Rubio. Because that whole hive about the Euro player thing, that happened with Ricky Rubio.
Nah, I got it. I'm going to tell you who they are. I'm going to progress this. I'm going to fast forward the story a little bit. Dre, I'm telling you, I would put my phone on the dresser and come back and tap it, and the light wouldn't come on. The phone would be dead, bro, from vibrating all day long. All day, bro. No breaks. Back to back. Right? I plug the thing into my phone, I look, and you know how Twitter or so you have 20 responses to a thing, and I would click on it, and then it would be like, all the new responses, bro.
It all just, when you refreshed it, everything just popped up.
Everything just, bro. The comments started from the time I hit tweet to the time that I picked back up the phone, nonstop, back to back. And every now and then in there, I would see this name, FreeKeith. Every now and then, for all the scrolling, I would see. And then
FreeKeith was killing you over the Euro players?
No. Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. No, he was coming to save me. He was jumping in to save me from this hive. Because what it was is before then, it never had a name. FreeKeith is a person that coined the word hive, because he said in that thread, y'all are like the Beyonce hive. Y'all are like the Bay hive, that you can't say anything wrong about Beyonce on social media or everybody attack that one person, right? So FreeKeith coined the term hive for them, right? And so me and FreeKeith were fighting 50 people, 50 plus people every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right?
Mm.
So eventually, the Knicks mess around and draft Porzingis, right? And the hive,
oh man,
and the hive, the hive goes crazy. I told you, Uncle Freezie. I told you was wrong. You always wrong. And I was like, I just got here, right? So the next year after that, they are like, you got to get him help. He's a great, bro. As soon as and chat, I promise you. Chat, I promise you this. As soon as we drafted Porzingis, that hive said trade Melo. When the little think about this. This is a series of events. With the number 4 pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis. Then a little boy cries. Right? A little boy cries, oh man! He starts crying. And from that moment on, that hive was on Twitter talking about trading Carmelo Anthony.
Mm.
They were like, get him out of here. Trade Melo. Right? So they started a trade Melo hive. Every comment they made is trade Melo, right? And then, right, the draft comes. The Knicks don't have a first-round pick. Right? I think in the 16, the Knicks don't have a first-round pick. They're like, trade Melo. He a bum. Blah, blah, blah. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, what happens? The Knicks trade Melo for Doug McDermott and Enes Kanter. They trade Melo to Oklahoma City for Enes Kanter and Doug McDermott.
Did we get a first out of that? I believe we did. We had to.
I don't think so. I don't think we did.
Oh my God. Those were the same people that kept saying that Kristaps they would hit you with these convoluted advanced analytics that would say Kristaps Porzingis is the best rim protector since Prime Hakeem.
Right. Those are the people that put up his rebound rate per 36. He's averaging 8 rebounds per 36 minutes. What? That means he's averaging 6. Right?
In a regular game.
In a regular game, right. And so what happens is Porzingis crosses up Draymond Green on a Christmas Day game. Right? He has a crossover on Draymond, goes to the rim and dunk. And then right after the new year, he dunks on Kevin Love. Right? And I'm trying to fast forward to get to a point. And then the draft comes, and the 2017 draft comes, and they are on Twitter saying, no, we don't want Dennis Smith Jr. Donovan Mitchell is too short. All we need is a Euro guard to play defense and get the ball to Porzingis. And Dre, hand to the man, I will bet you this hat that I'm wearing, you are going to laugh when I say what name they said in the chat for 4 straight months.
One name.
The name they wanted was a French guard named Frank Ntilikina.
Oh, God.
Chat. They wanted a French guard named Frank Ntilikina.
Oh, those are the same people that were anti-Dennis Smith Jr.
They were anti-DSJ. They were anti-Kyle Kuzma. They were Kyle Kuzma, you didn't know what you were getting. He was
drafted pretty late.
Yeah, you didn't know.
He was like 27th overall or something like that. But like for the guys in the range,
right?
They were anti them.
Now to their credit, outside of Pablo Prigioni, for all the years before that, our defense at point guard was atrocious. Right? Y'all remember Shane Larkin was terrible, right?
Too small.
They wanted a big physical guard that can defend and get the ball to Porzingis. That's all they wanted, right? Right? That's all they wanted. And Phil Jackson gave them the two things they wanted. They wanted Porzingis and they wanted Frank. And Phil Jackson gave them Porzingis and he gave them Frank, and then they wanted Phil Jackson fired. Phil Jackson legit gave that hive exactly what they wanted, and the next day they wanted him fired. Right? And what happened is we didn't know what to call that group that was buzzing around for 2 years, right? And so what happened is FreeKeith was on Twitter. This is 2017.
So did they get turned into the Frank Hive?
That's exactly where it comes from. The Frank Hive. Now Knicks fans are so accustomed to hives because of them that everybody has a hive now. And if there is a supposed attack on your hive, you attack everybody in the vicinity. You don't care because everybody's the enemy. Like if you're in the Obi hive and you say Obi can't shoot, you attack everything in a 10-mile radius. Because that is the culture we created on social media.
And then they'll turn around and tear down another player that has nothing to do with it.
Right.
And like speaking of the Frank Hive, like the Frank Hive would come out of nowhere with these advanced, like per 36, Frank's pick and roll defense was 0.12 points more effective than the next closest person.
Right.
Frank Ntilikina is the best pick and roll defender in the entire NBA.
And they hit you with that, and they also hit you with Frank's not really 6'5", he's actually 6'7".
And then they remeasured him, he was really 6'5".
Yeah, and they remeasured him, he was actually, yeah.
Same thing with Kevin Knox. There was a Kevin Knox hive, by the way.
Right.
Oh, whoa. We got Hoodie Cav. Shout out to Hoodie Cav.
Hoodie Cav.
The leader of the Knox hive.
Yeah, Hoodie Cav better not be awake early this morning, bro.
If he was, he would pop in because of that slander.
Yep. And so the hive thing in its creation, it has everyone so sensitive to either be on guard to attack or prevent their hive from being attacked. And it's preventing us as Knicks fans from having normal conversations.
At all.
Like when I talk to Illmatics, right? Since Illmatics is in the Dennis Smith Jr. hive, right? If I ever say anything about Dennis Smith Jr., as soon as I say Dennis Smith Jr.'s name, he ready to attack, right? Regardless of what I say. I could say, well, Dennis Smith Jr. hung out with J. Cole and Fayetteville. Yeah! The whole DSJ hive coming out, attacking me, whether it's true or not. Whether it's true or not, right? And so now we've all become like that, right? Like even Wiz said tonight, he's in like 4 different hives, right? That means if you say anything about any 4 players, Wiz gonna attack you.
Deuce hive is a strange hive.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. That is actually bizarre.
It's peculiar, bro.
It's like all you have to show for Deuce Hive is like a 19-point game against a tanking Portland Trailblazers. That's about it.
Right. And bro, and
I like Deuce, by the way.
And listen, not only do I like Deuce, not only do I like the chat, like, you know what I'm saying, everybody having their own opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like for me personally, I love it because I'm used to it, right? I'm used to the way that people express their opinion. I don't like being attacked, but I'm used to the way that people express their opinion. I don't mind people being aggressive with the way that they say what it is they got to say. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, this whole thing is born out of the Alexei Shved, Pablo Prigiani, Jose Calderon group, right? I think what it is dudes started this on. What it is dudes started playing with those. Dre,
advanced stats, and then they started
like
a spear.
Nope. That's not where it started. A dude started balling with them on 2K. A dude, legit, that was a lineup on 2K, right? And he was like, yo, I don't know how they can't figure this out. When I balled with them on 2K, I won the championship. I went like 70-12. No lie, this is the conversation. And I'm like, bro, that's stupid. You're a grown man. Don't you never post no stupid mess like that on social media, ever. And I got attacked. I'm like, bro, you 40 years old. You out here talking about your 2K lineups. You know what I'm saying? This is me on social media, bro. Don't lie. Bro, I'm telling you, FreeKeith had to come save me. That's how come we know each other. Like, we didn't know each other before that. Like, FreeKeith legit came in there, and we was like back to back in a ballroom brawl. It was like Roadhouse. You ever seen that movie Roadhouse?
It was like that scene in Rush Hour 2 where it was they were in that massage place.
Yeah.
And Chris Tucker's character, Jackie Chan's character were back to back kicking people.
Yes, bro, I'm telling you. And so this is where it all started. That's why when I like for instance, there was a lady that used to rock in this sphere. She got tired of it. She don't do it no more, right? But she was like, yo, that don't bother you. They always attacking and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm numb to it because I used to be on Twitter. And she's like, yo, you in that famous Twitter thread that's been existing for like 10 years? Yeah, that's me. That's me. Right? And so it, out of that famous Twitter thread where 50 plus people attack me and FreeKeith on a daily basis, I said, FreeKeith, you know what we need to do? Instead of me typing my thumbs to death, what we need to do is start a YouTube channel, right? And when I put that in the thread, right? And Kat in the thread was like, that's stupid. Nobody will ever watch YouTube for content. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You could just tweet from your phone. And now people in that thread like have their own YouTube channels.
Like 20 of them probably.
Yeah. No lie, bro. Hand to the man, bro. People. That Twitter thread, I said in that Twitter thread, I was like, yo, we legit are like just typing at each other all the time. Why don't we just get a YouTube channel where we can get face to face and chop it up? Right? Because they used to say all types of stuff. No lie. They used to say all types of. Back then they used to call me Big Freeze instead of Uncle Freeze. They used to be like, man, you soft. You like 5'6". You know what I'm saying? When I see you, I'm gonna tell you what it is. And then when I started going to Knicks games, cats would come up to me. They'll be like,
damn.
They'll be like, big man, where Uncle Freezie at? And I'll be like, I'm him. And they be like, hey man, how you doing? hey,
the temperature changes.
Yeah, real quick. Right. But the thing is when you talk about, that's why when I see certain things in the chat, bro, I didn't mean to talk like bore y'all to death with like a story or whatever, but what I'm getting at is it's amazing how one thing gets born out of one thing and then it morphs into other things over the years, because like if you're in the Obi hive, your intention was never to be birthed from the Frank hive, right? You like the Obi hive, like the people that love Obi that get defensive when they hear anything about Obi, you probably never meant to be a descendant of the Frank hive. You probably just thought Obi was a good player, and you probably liked some of the stuff that he did, and after a while you just got tired of people criticizing him, and then there were others out there that kind of would you know, put a thumbs up by your comment or retweet what you said or whatever it was, and then y'all just kind of got together as a group. But then over time, it became a hive, right? It's just Illmatic's bugging. Yeah, I love Peter Griffin, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, Dre, that's where it started. That's why when I see these comments, since I'm in the RJ hive, and since I'm in the Quickly hive, right? Cats will say stuff about RJ. Mind you, I created the RJ hive. I was the first person in Knicks universe to utter his name. Nobody else knew who R.J. Barrett was before I watched the video. I watched the video on YouTube. No lie, when it was Mount Verde Academy, right? They had just graduated a class of, I think Mount Verde had just graduated D'Angelo Russell, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. All of them had just left Mount Verde Academy the year before, and they had no great high school player except this 9th grader with braces and pimple face named R.J. Barrett. And he was playing, and Mount Verde still had the team from California on their schedule. The team that had LaMelo Ball, Onyeka Okongwu, Jello Ball, and Lonzo Ball. And they were scoring like 150 points a game.
And RJ was dragging that team.
And R.J. Barrett, as a 9th grader, I think R.J. Barrett was like, I think they said R.J. Barrett was like 6'3". So R.J. is like 6'3", a 6'3" forward, right? R.J. is a 6'3" forward. He's playing against the #1 defensive guard in the country, Lonzo Ball, who at the time they had was listed at 6'7", right? Mount Verde was getting beat so bad that the coach was like, this game is over. I'm going to just go ahead and play these freshmen. And he put the freshmen on the floor, and R.J. Barrett led that team all the way back and had a chance to tie the game with 0 seconds left on the clock, right? And so they daddy, I forget his name, something Ball. Adam, what's Lamar Ball? LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball is over there on the side. I know y'all ain't gonna send that boy to the line, right? You know, so doing his all wobbly and all that. And R.J. Barrett, and I tell this story, people don't believe it, but I saw it on YouTube. I can't find the video. If I ever see R.J. Barrett, if I ever interview R.J. Barrett, that's the first thing I'm gonna talk about, right?
Well, was it with Anthony Simons? Like it was R.J. and Anthony Simons, right?
I don't think Anthony Simons was there. I think Anthony Simons was at IMG Academy.
Because he played with Anthony Simons at Mount Verde in like 2015.
Was it? I'm not sure. I don't remember him.
But there's a title where it's LaMelo, Jello, and Lonzo Ball versus R.J. Barrett and Anthony Simons goes down to the wire.
That might be the game, but I don't remember. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't remember Anthony Simons.
Right. I mean, he wasn't who we thought what he panned out to be.
Right. I don't ever remember him being a part of the story, so he may have been there, he may not have been. But basically, R.J. Barrett goes to the free throw line. He's got to hit 2 free throws in order to tie the game to go into overtime. And R.J. Barrett misses the first free throw. And so everybody in the gym knows Mount Verde lost. And R.J. Barrett cried like a baby. Right? He cried like a baby uncontrollably. Like when you watch it, bro, you like, damn, bro, that's like your son. You know what I'm saying? Like he's so disappointed that he lost. He out there crying like Cat is consoling him like a loved one passed away. He just out there crying his eyes out at like 13, 14 years old. Right? And so LeVar Ball is like, hey, shut that boy up and tell him to shoot this free throw so we get out of here. Right? This is what Lonzo was saying. RJ over there crying. You can see RJ parents in the stands. And so,
yeah, I have the videos. That's exactly the video you're talking about.
Yeah, bro. And so RJ shoots the second free throw, and he make it, and the buzzer go off, and you can see all the future NBA stars walk over to RJ and like rub his head like, man, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
You got it wrong. He missed the second free throw.
Oh, he missed the second free throw? Okay.
And then he was there just standing there, and he walked off with his hand on his head, just completely dazed and confused and lost.
Right.
Yeah, because he made the first one, he missed the second.
Okay. All right. That was years. So I got the story wrong. I apologize.
Right. But it was definitely right. Everything else that you said.
Right. And so
I'm gonna drop it in your DM.
Okay.
Discord.
And
but
so
this is it right here.
Bim. So So the thing is, ever since when I saw that, now mind you, what year was that when that happened? That was
2015.
Okay. So since 2015, I had been pounding the table for RJ Barrett. As soon as I saw that, I was like, you know what? That is my guy. Right? That is my guy. And Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, and now a word from a sponsor. Hit that like button. Bam! Paris Duggar's in the building.
Paris Duggar.
And Dre, from that moment, I wanted RJ Barrett to be a Knick. And what really reinforced it is I've been a Duke basketball fan since like 1984-ish, right? 1984-ish, right? And when RJ Barrett added Duke to his list as a sophomore, as a junior, when I found out that he was being recruited to go to Duke, I was like, yep, that's our guy right there. I told Sam Russell to his face, I was like, bro, stop what you're doing, trade Joakim Noah, and tank for RJ Barrett. And he was like, yo, I thought you said you was against tanking. I was like, I absolutely am, but for this kid right here, do whatever it is you can do to go get him. As soon as I saw how RJ Barrett hated losing, I was like, we got to have that guy. Because our franchise at that point was very much
comfortable
okay with
losing. Yeah, they were cool with losing.
Yeah, man, they were very much okay with losing at that point. And I was like, yo, I don't know if he's going to be the best player, but we got to have him. We got to have that dude. Got to have him. And so there is the RJ Barrett hive. That's the story right there. Right. And I know everybody has a hive and all that stuff that they're attached to, but they don't even know why the hives exist. Right? And the thing about it is even though there are hives, even for those of us that have like these insane feelings about a movement, right? Like, because there are hives and there are also movements, right? So the movement I was a part of was Play the Kids. I was like, get all these veterans out of here. I don't want to see another Cole Aldrich as long as I live.
Oh, no.
I don't ever want to see another Quincy Acey. Ever.
No, Harrelson. What was his name? Harrelson? George. Remember him?
Bro, if we had him right now, if we had him right now, I think Hartenstein would be out of a job, bro. No lie, cause.
But I think Hartenstein can actually play defense. George was just a hack. He was a fouler. He fouled real hard.
But remember, he used to knock down that corner three.
Yeah,
that corner three was money, bro.
If
that was before they allowed Figs to shoot the corner three, though.
Yeah. He was trying to shoot ahead of the curve because he couldn't really score inside the paint.
Nah, he had no handle. No, and when I say handle, I'm talking about all ball handling. I'm talking about dribbling, passing, all of that. He could not.
Yeah, to be able to be coordinated enough to put up a shot.
He was just a spot up shooter. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a spot up shooter. And so the thing is with the hives, right? On Twitter is where it started, but it slowly seeped out towards other forms of social media. So much so that people used to make fan pages, like on you remember fan pages on Facebook, the official Kevin Knox fan page. You can't the administrator got to research your social media before you get admittance into the What?
Because you can't say anything bad about Kevin Knox if you want to be in here.
A dude told me that one time. I was like, "Is this a fan page?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, I'm down. I like the Knicks." He was like, "Not liking the Knicks is not enough." What?
You gotta like a specific player.
Yes.
We out here fanboying over bums. Not even all stars or all NBA guys or future legends.
Right.
Bums.
Bro, the Damian Dotson fan page?
You're too far gone at that point.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. The Frank Hive had me for a minute. Like they brought me in and they gave me some Kool-Aid, and for no lie, for like a whole year, I was Team Frankie Smokes.
Frank Hive played the we're getting bullied card real well. Like,
right.
They're bullying us. We haven't even done anything. We just like Frank.
Yeah, bro. Dre, they invited me into the Hive and they gave me this orange and blue Kool-Aid. I'm like, hey, what do you call this orange and blue? They would just call it Blorange. Just call it Blorange. Okay. So I'll call it Blorange. All right, whatever. And so, bro, they used to hit you with the most odd stat. They'd say something along the lines of,
I got you, Freezie. It'd be like, for players that play on a Tuesday, in Eastern Standard Time Zone, if for guards that can protect the rim, Frank Ntilikina is number one.
Right. Right. Yo, the stat they hit me with was John Wall was 0 for 3 in the third quarter against Frank Ntilikina. And that was a topic of conversation for like a month. He could guard anybody.
Because there was nothing else to go by. Because he wasn't good enough to get on the court.
Bro, because there was a week that the Knicks, it was like some weird twist of fate, right? Twist of fate that we played the Wizards, the Rockets, and the Cavaliers like back to back. So Frank was up against John Wall, James Harden, and Kyrie in back-to-back games. I think all of them were at the Garden. And Frank,
he actually guarded Kyrie really well one of those Celtics games.
That was okay. So that was the one. The one I'm talking about. Kyrie was with. Was Kyrie with the Celtics? It might have been. May have
been.
With
the Celtics by that point. 2017.
Yeah. So Frank legit gets a flat out steal on Harden. Right? Harden tries to do the stat, and Frank got him. You can just hear it. Boy, he just ripped them. They go the other way. Frank on the fast break looking for somebody to pass to. They're like, Frank, you by yourself, just dunk it. And he slow down and wait till a big man come. He give it to the big man dunk. Right? And so it was so. I'm like, Frank just ripped James Harden, and I'm talking about James Harden is in the prime.
This is 35 point per game Harden.
Yes. This is James Harden embarrassing somebody every night, James Harden. Right? And then we laughing. We're in the Frank Hive enjoying the Frank Kool-Aid. I think they call it Blorange. They might have called it Blorange, whatever the flavor was, right? You know what I'm saying? So we in there, and little do I know at this time, I'm not looking at the rest of Frank's numbers because I'm buying into the team aspect. Like, I'm buying into the Frank don't put up numbers because he sacrificed numbers for the team. You got to take a deep dive into his numbers.
Like the Frank High was like, he's like a guard Draymond.
Yeah, right. Bro, it's like the weirdest thing you ever heard in your life. Frank Ntilikina don't care about numbers, right? And I'm like, okay, all right. What really got me out of the Frank Hive is that off season, right? This is right before they get ready to draft Knox. And I'm in the chat talking about if the Knicks want to take the next step, they have to draft Michael Porter Jr. Right? I'm like, Michael Porter Jr., y'all can have Knox if y'all want him, but Michael Porter Jr., you got to draft him. He's the number one kid in the country. I don't care about his back injury, but if you want the next Kevin Durant, he's the guy. So, right. And I was wrong. Right? Obviously, I was wrong because Michael
He's
Porter,
still better than Kevin Knox, though.
Right, but he's not Kevin Durant like I was saying. Right. So I'm like Michael Porter Jr. I'm like, bro, they're like, what do we need with scoring? We don't need scoring, bro. We just need dudes to get. We need to, bro. The Hive was split right? Part of the Hive, and they were right, but we didn't know it at the time. Part of the Hive said, listen, trade these next 2 draft picks and whoever's on the roster for Porzingis' friend from Real Madrid. Go get him, right? But when I saw him, I was like, he don't look like nothing. What the hell is a Luka anyway? This is my mindset at the time. Like, what the hell is a Luka anyway?
We were thinking, like, he can't really score like this in the league.
Right.
This slow down thing, but that's the funny part.
Right.
That his game is a change-up.
Right.
And everybody in NBA is so used to hitting fastballs.
Right. And mind you, this is right after we had got burned by multiple Euro busts. Right.
Matter of fact, this was right after we had just gotten through Hazonia, who we thought was going to be Luka before Luka.
And Kuzminskis.
Mendauskas Kuzminskis.
You remember him?
Oh, my God.
And
I think he was undrafted, though.
Right. No, we brought him over. He was 27.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we brought him over. He was 27. He was a good player. He just didn't fit with us at the time. Right? Yeah. So, mind you, we had already gone through Alexei Shved, all these Euro busts. Cats on our team, they were just Euro busts. So the Euro, now mind you, you remember how the Frank Hive got started, right? From the dude that you know what I'm saying, played with a lineup on PlayStation and played 2K, and he created the Euro Hive. And so every time there was a Euro stud, that group gravitated towards that Euro stud. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They were like part of that Hive, and they split, but they got back together, and then they split again, and whatever. Right?
They love Willie Hernan Gomez, by the way.
They thought that was a thing. They hated when
they thought he was Baby Gasol.
Yep. They thought he was.
He's Baby Mark Gasol. Baby Mark Gasol.
Yep. Yep. And then he wound up having a brother that we could have got, and they wanted him to.
Juancho Hernan Gomez.
Yep. But part of the Hive wanted them to get him, but the other part of the Hive, the Frank Hive, there was another French guy that came out in the Knox draft. I can't remember his name.
Killing Head? Or no?
No. That's 2 years later, or 3 years later, I think, or 2 years later after that. There was another French point guard. I cannot remember who it was for the life of me, but he was just like Frank. He was in between Frank and Killian Hayes.
I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. You said it was a Kevin Knox draft for sure?
Yeah, Kevin Knox draft. Yeah.
Eli Akobo?
Is he 6'6"?
Because that's the only French point guard. He is 6'3".
It might have been a Euro. They wanted a Euro guard taller than Frank to play the 2.
Yeah, it might not have been the France draft. I mean, it might not have been the Knox draft.
It was a Knox draft. It was just not from France. I'm gonna find his name.
Because I'm looking up all the PGs from that draft that got drafted, and the only Euro PG that was drafted was in that draft. The only European one was Luka and that one I just named, Elia Kobo, and he's from France. He's a 6'3".
How tall is he? 6'9"?
6'3".
6'3". The dude I'm talking about, there was a guy, he was like 6'8", 6'9". And he was a shooting guard over there, but he was probably gonna be a 3 over here.
Yeah. I was about to say Jan Vasily, but no. Yeah, Wizards. But what team did you think drafted him?
I'm looking for it right now. I was at the wrong draft.
It might have been a different draft because I'm looking at 2008. I don't believe that one.
I'm gonna find him. Give me a second. I'm gonna find him. Man, Jalen Brunson was in that draft, bro. Is it Isaac Bonga? Is that him? How tall is Isaac Bonga? Was Isaac Bonga a point guard? Was Isaac Bonga a 6'8" point guard?
He was just a small forward.
Sure?
At least when he.
I think it was him.
When
I think
he
it
was
Isaac Bonga.
He was listed as a small forward.
I think he was a point guard. I think that's him. Isaac Bonga. He's a black Euro guy that played point guard in high school that was 6'8".
He was German.
He was German? Okay. He was German? Okay. That's him.
But in Europe he only averaged 2 assists. So
right.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He was listed as a shooting guard.
Yeah, that's him. His numbers didn't matter. They just wanted to pair him and Frank together. Isaac Bonga is the guy. He was going to be a combo guard next to Frank. That's who they wanted. I know I could see his face in my head. I can't remember the name. It was a tall, dark-skinned, skinny guard that was a Euro guard they wanted to put next to Frank. They basically wanted to have the tallest backcourt in the NBA to play with Porzingis. Because they were saying Frank was 6'7", and this dude Isaac Bonga is like 6'9".
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
How tall?
They wanted to pay. Isaac Bonga was 6'8".
6'8". Is he a tall, skinny, dark-skinned kid?
He has blonde hair in some of his photos, but no, that's his recent photos because he's in Europe right now. But
okay.
Yeah, he was tall, skinny.
But I think Isaac Bonga is the guy I think they wanted.
The Lakers had him for a split second.
Yeah, I think Isaac Bonga is the one. Man, we really botched that draft, bro. No, we didn't. We took Mitch in the second round, but after Mitch, Gary Trent went, Jared Vanderbilt, Bruce Brown, Hamidou Diallo, Steve McCullough, Keita Bates-Diop.
I mean, a lot of those guys have had productive NBA minutes, but like they're also like not. They ain't really like they're just a guy.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Brown Jr. has more of a productive career than any of those guys you named, like combined, and he isn't really all that special.
Yeah, but you see what the Hive does though. What the Hive did though, no lie, what the Hive did is half of it split. They wanted to give up the Knox pick and the RJ pick to get Luka. And at the time, we was like, what in the world is a Luka Doncic? Right? He don't even look like he in shape.
I was biased against Luka.
I was biased against Luka too.
And I looked stupid like 5 games into his career.
Yep. I was wrong. But the Frank Hive split though. They wanted to do Frank. Can you imagine if the Knicks drafted Isaac Bonga to go with Frank? Bro.
Oh my God! It would have been like the worst. We would have set back backcourt play about 60, 70 years.
And their mindset is, man, you get him young, and then you put muscle on all the athleticism, and he might be something.
He might be something.
He might be something. A dude in the Hive was calling him Josh Childress.
Oh God,
man!
What was Josh Childress anyway?
Josh Childress was just a Kerry Kittle type player. Yeah,
I mean, he was like a 6'8", 6'9" athlete.
Yeah, but he could.
Kerry Kittle's had a little bit more skill.
Nah,
in terms of just a jumper.
Wasn't Josh Childress an all-around player? The dude with the afro I'm talking about.
Yeah, big afro, drafted in like 01 to the Hawks.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then he flamed out. Matter of fact, if Josh Childress was drafted 15 years later, he probably would have had a better place in the league.
I think if he had gone to a different franchise, I think he would have been better. And truth be told, I think if Isaac Bonga had gone to a different franchise, I think he would have probably been better also. But at the time he was drafted, the Lakers were a mess.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
so
they were in the midst of shuffling the entire deck for LeBron.
right,
Like
right.
there was casualties bound to happen.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And so for everybody that's still rocking with us in the chat, like 3:30 in the morning on a Saturday morning, it's the reason why I'm telling y'all, man. Hey, if y'all got an opinion, man, express it. Y'all know me. I don't really it don't bother me none. And I hope in the reciprocation, y'all are not touchy when I say stuff to y'all. Right? In the reciprocation, like in the tech, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't, you're not like one of them, like you don't take it like one of them things like, a dude with a platform is taking a shot at me. It's not that. It's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, whoever's still rocking, yeah, don't take it like that, man. Just take it as you know what I'm saying? All of us are together rocking, we having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that. It's not us versus them. I think since we get attached to movements and then we get attached to hives, sometimes when you hear somebody say this one thing, it's like a warning shot.
The way you break it down, this is just this mentality is legitimately what bipartisan politics is.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It's the rise of social media, bro.
And everybody is the most important voice in their minds in the room at all times.
Right.
So they need to be validated. So they seek out these things and statistics to validate their point of views while omitting new information to change.
Right. Bro, can you imagine? But check this out. Can you imagine it being the year 2019 and there are 3 hives in the Knicks fan base? It's Frank, it's Knox, and it's RJ. All have their own hives. Right? And then there are some people that are sympathetic to Mitchell Robinson, right? So they include Mitch in each one of those 3 hives. They're like, the Frank hive, no, you can't have Mitch because Frank don't even know how to pass. And then it's like, Knox can't have Mitch because they too skinny to run the pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. All these different things, like all these different hives, is crazy.
It doesn't even make sense.
Bro, it's crazy. Meanwhile, there are good players that are going out here playing through injuries and ruining their careers just in hopes of maybe one day having a hive.
Right.
Like Damian Dotson, playing through 2 shoulder injuries. Like my man has got a separated shoulder in one and a torn, I don't know if it's a labrum, whatever a torn pectoral in the other.
Right.
And so his shot is off. And the only people that know it is him and the New York Knicks. So when people see Dotson shoot, they're like, Dotson can't shoot. Bro, you're absolutely right. He can't shoot. But it's not
because his arm is jerked.
Yep, but it's not for the reason that people are thinking, right? Like, we legit thought Damian Dotson is supposed to be Quentin Grimes right now. But Damian Dotson couldn't stay healthy.
Also, Damian Dotson was a little bit older coming out of college.
Right.
Ironically, he came out of Houston as well.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's why I was telling people that Quentin Grimes is Damian Dotson 2.0 at the time, and they thought I was throwing shade at Grimes and Dotson. No, the dude legit walked into a role vacated by Damian Dotson and played the same role and got drafted to the same NBA team.
Yeah. Catch and shoot, and sometimes attack.
And a defender. Remember, Dotson was a
good defender. He was a very good defender.
Yeah, and remember, Dotson coming out of college was a 5th-year senior. You never hear that in the NBA nowadays. A 5th-year senior getting drafted? Well, the reason why he stayed 5 years is because of all those injuries. So, anyway, Dre, that's all I got, bro. I got like 8 more stories that I could tell, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
Save them for another time.
Yeah, I gotta save them for the summertime, man. I gotta save some of them for the summertime. But chat, man, listen, like, you know, I was just trying to express, I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus. It's just what it is. These hives have been created in the last 10 years, and so sometimes if you say one thing about one player and you're not in that hive, people take it as a shot. Yeah, man. Hey, Dre, I got one thing to ask you before we get out of here, man. What's your expectation for Sunday afternoon at 1:00?
I expect Trevor Keels to actually play.
It'd be nice to see him start, right?
I don't know about start.
You don't want to rest Grimes?
This is what I think. I think we're gonna go run through that first half like normal, and then we're just gonna throw all the guys that are not really gonna be in the rotation in the second half. Like Keels might play the entire fourth quarter.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Like, I don't know who else is actually healthy. I have to check Knicks active roster. But we might see like a whole final quarter from Jericho.
Not if RJ has 40.
Okay, yeah.
If
that's dependent on RJ. If RJ comes out on fire, they're gonna run RJ till the wheels fall off.
Right.
But if he comes out and he just he doesn't really have it going, then they're just not gonna keep forcing it. They're just gonna bench him at halftime. Like if you watch the Celtics, well, you did watch, but the Celtics game, Jason Tatum came out there, got his 20 in the first half, and didn't even play in the second half.
Right. Hey, so Dre, during the summertime, bro, basically what I do, like these stories that I'm telling now, I don't know if you were around last summer, like in this capacity or not. I just can't remember. It's early in the morning, but basically,
I was not in the same capacity, but I was around.
Yeah. That's right. But basically during the summertime, bro, instead of harping on box scores and all that stuff, I try to contextualize all summer, and then that way, you know, we can prime the pump. So when the season starts, and then we start talking about stuff, people already know what it is, you know, where it is that we going. So, but anyway, everybody, thank y'all for coming out, hanging with us. Man, we appreciate it. I had no idea we was gonna rock for almost 4 hours. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Happy holiday to those that celebrate Easter. Happy Easter to those that celebrate and Good Friday and all of that stuff. And I'm not for sure if the missus will allow me to rock on Easter at like 1:00. But you know, depending on what type of plans she'll have or whatever. But